Welcome to Remy's Place. Let's get it started.
Making your way into LCS takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries, watching YouTube a lot. Saturday at Remy's Place. Sometimes you wanna go hang out and banter at Remy's Place. Come in and jump on lives today. You wanna be where you can see our grails are all the same. You wanna banter at Remy's Place. You wanna go where people know we don't all collect the same. You wanna go hang out at Remy's Place.
What's going on, everybody? Jeremy back again with Remy Q Studios. I want to welcome you to my studio. It's Remy's Place, the Saturday night hangout. Grab a beer, hang out. We've got some folks waiting in the back on the panel, per usual. Let's bring these guys in. A phenomenal team in the making here. This is crazy. How are
My
y'all
lawyers
doing
will be
tonight?
contacting you shortly.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. That was the thing is so originally when I planned it, I was like, okay, we're gonna do a studio takeover. We'll do the whole thing. And I was like, no. I take that very seriously when I do a studio takeover. That's why it's usually only like 2 to 3 minutes long, and it's very like by the book on what they do. And I didn't want it to be an exact copy. I just wanted it to be a
You wanted to
knockoff.
Weird Al it.
So
Yeah, no, you Weird Al'd it.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a parody, but it was a celebration, really. We all
Yeah.
love the show.
That's why exactly it. Weird Al songs are always a tribute to the
Yeah,
artist.
exactly.
As I said at the start, it's a parody of a parody. And then I kept forgetting because Remy kept stealing my lines. I was gonna, I'm playing Chris obviously, so I'm like,
waited. Okay, I gave you ample
I
opportunity
know.
to
I'm
hit
like,
us with the
what's
Chris
the right side of
line.
that label? He got me like a couple of times. I missed out.
Thank you, Dr. Von Hoot.
If you don't mind, tell us what's on the right hand side of the label up there.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn it.
You
Well,
did
funny you
good
should
with the
ask.
Bills
Let me
intro,
tell you.
though.
Funny you should ask. Well, I'll grab the first one right here. It says, first published appearance of Remy LeBeau. One of the slabs will be given away at the
Oh
Falcons
yes,
giveaway.
yes. That is awesome, by the way, sir. I think I told you congrats in advance because that's fantastic. I didn't even know you had climbed to that height. We were at what are you at now? Like 930?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Last time I looked was 925 or something, I think.
Oh, it was
I think it's right in
926
that
the other day.
area.
So if I'm going backwards, that's not good. It's at 928 right now.
Nice.
So that's good. So it was just one of those things where like I hadn't really pushed or paid attention. I know that some people really kind of do their pushes on a regular and consistent basis. I haven't done any of them since 500. I did one at 100, one at 250, and then one at 500. And after that, I said, yeah, maybe I'll do one at 1,000. I don't know. And it's kind of got to the point where it's like, okay, hey, you know what? Let's just do it so that way we can hopefully push to 1,000, get there, and put it behind us and move on.
Yeah.
And start the flow of that whole 350 a month going to the American Cancer Society.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Cancer. So it was kind of going through with all the slabs I'd been getting in lately. It was like, okay, well, because CBCS floodgates had opened. It was okay. Let me go through, grab some stuff. We can give away some stuff.
You're saying that out of the 300 plus slabs that were pending, you're starting to get some back now.
Oh, almost all of them are back. I have less than 40 outstanding right now.
Wow.
Sent out some more shipments though. The old get some in, send them out, or you?
I'm getting ready. Yeah,
Okay.
I was actually had a stack ready to send out the Rogue Trader. Then I went to a con today, and now I have to like go back and reassess what am I going to send out. Because there's a few things that I think that I picked up today that I probably want to pick up.
How'd it go today?
Oh, not bad. You want to see a few things?
if you want to show something, yeah, awesome.
Sure. Well, so the first thing that was there was the con exclusive specifically to San Francisco. They had a 251
Oh, wow.
facsimile, but it's a joke. But they said, "Look out, San Francisco." So they, they probably print this in every town or something. I don't know. Limited to 500. But anyway, so I grabbed two of these. I said, okay, I'll grab two of these. One for me, one for like maybe I'll do the giveaway bin or something.
Yeah.
And then I picked one. And as I got home and I was pulling them out, this feels heavy. What the hell? And I realized that this one is double. There's two books in one poly bag.
Oh, that's a win and a half there. Wow.
So I paid $15 for this one and $15 for these two. But I figured since it says printed in Canada, it was Chris asking me to send him one. So I'm going to send the second one that was in that poly bag to Chris, and we'll still give one away in the giveaway bin. You know.
So that's poly bag though.
Yeah. They put it in a poly bag. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that was some sort of error then. Like
it is, but it ain't gonna. But let's be honest, it ain't gonna be worth jack and or squat. So
just saying,
I'll pull it out of the poly bag and send him one of the books.
All right, y'all heard it here first. When those double poly bags,
this is an older Fan Expo exclusive. They still had laying around. Batman Adventures 12,
That's
Bruce
awesome.
Timm cover. Another older one that was a Star Wars Fan Expo. It was this one was Mandalorian #1. Pick up the Virgin variant. This is an older one they had. It was a Fan Expo +1. Fantastic Four.
Homage.
Yeah, but it's a recent #1, so it's not like it's anything cool. But it was a facsimile Deck 27.
Oh wow!
Packaged with a Virgin variant.
That looks awesome.
And then was a facsimile with a redone Action Comics. So double car lifts.
So is that an acetate cover on top, or is that actually just one cover?
It's just one cover.
Got you.
Yeah. Sensational Comics, first Wonder Woman. And this is a Batman #1 facsimile with a Delauto.
It's very dark.
Foil cover.
Oh, I see. There's a bat hanging from his arm. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then probably what turned out to be a pretty damn cool cover. Fantastic Four 52 facsimile.
Wow.
Custom
that
cover.
That is awesome.
Is that another Delauto?
Perillo.
That's a Perillo.
Yeah. And then last, they had some of these left over still from previous, the foilies of the Harley Quinn, Batman. So the first appearance of Harley Quinn in the standard comic book universe reprint. So that was all the exclusives to the show that we picked up.
Yes.
But, hey.
Yes.
Then I had a couple books for signing, and I actually only ended up getting one of them signed. The very first guy I see when I walk in was Pat Broderick.
Oh no.
My Doom 2099 and
your love for 2099 is the best, Rob.
Dude, hey, you know what's great is every time you put these books down, a 2099 down in front of somebody, except for maybe Leonardi and stuff. These other guys who are on these other books, dude, they laugh and they have fun and they open up and they have some great conversations. I got done talking to him about it and how I got into it and everything. And he goes, you know what? He says, I don't normally give these away, but you put me in a great mood to start off the con and everything. So here, take a bunch of these. And so he gave me a bunch of these prints he did where was like 3 different ones, but he gave me like multiple copies.
Wow, those are awesome.
So I've got like 4 different ones that have 2 different prints each. Some of them are like 2 Doctor Strange prints, and some of them are like a Captain America with a Doctor Strange on the side. And so I'm just going to add these to my giveaway pool for like when I do the 1,000 subscriber or whatever. We'll give away some of these. Thought that'd be
those
kind
are
of cool.
great.
But yeah, he was just normally he says, yeah, normally I sell these, but here, and he's like grabbing me like I don't think he was meaning to give me 1. I said, oh, you give me like 3, and he goes, yeah, just, you're good. He says, you're good. I'm all right.
Rob,
Yeah.
those are pretty cool books, but are they as cool as the 9 Rings of Wu-Tang Zero Wizard Special?
How about some Space War?
See, the answer is no.
9 Rings of Wu-Tang.
And do you know why, Rob?
Why?
Oh, that's the reprint.
It is the reprint, yes, but it was basically a throw-in book in a deal I was doing.
Dude, I did some 50-cent bin digging at my LCS this Black Friday because it was 20% off. So it was 40%. That's a sexy one. I like that cover.
I picked this book up for $15 because this corner is all giddied up.
I got you.
I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't have this one in my Batman run yet, and I don't feel like paying a couple $100 for a book just to check it off on my run.
That's a $100 book. Fuck that.
Yeah, because it's the first Tim Fox who's Batman.
Fuck Tim
I am
Fox.
Batman.
I'll get 15.
Although, Rob, we do need to get back to, do you know why her book is better?
Why?
Let me check my notes. Apparently, Wu-Tang is nothing to fuck with.
Oh, shit! Sorry.
Oh, goddamn, yo. First ink.
Oh, nice.
This was a great deal because the guy had it marked at like $100, but I pulled up my app and I showed him. I said, dude, that book ain't selling for that. And he goes, okay. And he came down to my price.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad
looking
Beck's
at-
not here. She loves the gargoyles.
Yeah, so do we. I've been looking for one of these for a long time. This is a candidate. So we're gonna
Oh, yeah?
so we're gonna send that one off.
I might even fucking believe you on that because I don't hear you say that often. Or I'm not
And
sure if
then-
I've heard that come out of your mouth before.
I got a bunch of Miles Morales books for my run on Miles Morales, my retro Johnny Come Lately to the pile. And then I got one last book from the con today. This was my big one I picked up. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So I actually picked this one up from the good boys over at Shortbox.
Okay.
Oh, really?
They were there. Yeah, I was stopped by there to talk to them for a bit. Potentially talking with about potentially getting, actually their owner has a big slab collection. We were talking about potentially getting him on Only Slams for an
Nice.
episode. And they had of course, amazing slabs there. They had some if you wanted to forego buying a car and wanted to buy a comic book and were in the market for that, they had many that would seat your family
Gotcha.
in that price range.
Okay.
But this one was actually about $150 below the last sold price. So I was happy to take it off their hands and say Merry Christmas, Rob.
I'm always feeling.
My goal wasn't to pick up any big books, but
Exactly.
Yeah, because did you see his hands while he was talking? He was doing like Dr. Evil hands.
I will say though,
It's not
I did go in. I said,
I
I had no plans to do that. I wasn't looking for anything
you did
specific.
this.
I said I wasn't looking for anything specific. I was just going to go in and look at, oddly enough, 2 series that I picked up 0 of, which was Invaders and Mystery in Space. I was looking to fill my runs on those, but nobody had Invaders.
What do you
on
need for
on the
Invaders?
floor. I'll take a look in a second. I'll tell you. But nobody had any of those, the ones I needed. And Mystery in Space, there was a guy who had a huge run of what I needed, the early stuff like issues 11 through 20 range. But he really, really liked his comics, and they were not in great condition. Other people had really, really liked them in the past, and he still really, really likes them based on his asking price. So
I would have done the exact same thing.
Throw in one of the new ones, or
One of the new ones, yeah, baby. Woo!
I didn't even catch what it said, but hey,
That's awesome.
I'm glad I could trigger you.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man.
And I thought saying Mike's here, it's not a new Warriors, but it's one of your loves.
There was a gold. I saw there was a gold cover New Warriors #1. Is that a second printing?
That's the special edition second print. Yes.
Oh, okay. I figured
I have several.
Was.
If you need,
I wasn't thinking about you. I was thinking I might, if the price was right, I might have picked it up for my giveaway box. But I was like, oh, I don't. The guy was asking like $10 for it. I said that just sounds too much for New Warriors.
I'm actually using one right now as a coaster.
That makes sense.
An Invaders one. I've got an Invaders one for a coaster.
I've got Invaders 1. That's not an Invaders.
I got the first and the last.
Invaders. I'm missing 29 through 29, 30, 31, 32, 35. 36.
My LCS has some of those for sure. I know for.
It's just the upper ones. I have all the.
Do you have the last one?
I've wanted to get into the Invaders, but I'm still on the Defenders run. So
well, the Invaders is a good read, man.
Defenders?
That's what's been fun is I've gone back and been reading them as I've been picking them up, and it's like, holy cow, this was actually fun to read.
The Defenders is like 3 times the length. It's like 152 or
I
something.
only have three Invaders books: 7, 8, 37, and I've got the annual one.
Well, 7 is a good to have.
I have 1, 17, and 41. All right, can I show you guys something I got at the LCS?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As long as it's Marvel books, that's fine.
Mama was bad girl.
Ooh, does she need a spanking?
Oh, watch out! Remy's going to jump through and grab that.
Holy Santa Claus shit!
Look at those hot crotches; they really fill them out.
God, he really leads with his taint.
That is that's a good book.
That's
I have that, but it's in the oh, you got the 9D. That's what's up. Yes, twinsies.
Give me that D. Give me the 9D, bitches don't want your 12 cents. UK edition. Yeah, so it was 20% off everything in the store. I was really excited about it.
I'm gonna tell you what,
when I got it, I went, yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. That
Rob, do you know what Invaders you're
is
missing? I missed
fantastic.
that part.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in
thank
the
you.
private chat.
Okay,
is,
I have some.
Yeah, I got that and I had to crack it open and I was so excited because it was no nonsense. Magneto just trying to wrap up Thor in metal and him saying, "Sorry, sir."
So I thought
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with.
Yeah, the thing I thought the only thing that can maybe overcome magnetism is magic, and I don't think Mjolnir's. I don't know, man. Free Key Louie sent me something, man.
King Louis,
Free Key.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, I had mentioned that I was working on my Avengers run, and he sent me one that I needed, and I was like, "Shit, man, thank you, I appreciate it." Oh shit, DJ, you can only come live if you eat tacos.
Oh,
fish tacos.
Damn.
Don't ask me to do it. You have to do it though. Oh, also Art Adams, New School Art Adams.
Oh, nice.
Doing some X-Men, right? What year is this? 2017. I want to say, yeah, ish. And then Art Adams doing X-Men back in the 80s.
Oh yeah, the good old classic X-Men run.
Oh yeah, man. At least like I love this cover. I got this from Kung Fu by Barbarian. I'm not a huge Spidey fan, but you know who I do like?
The Electric Company.
I like the Silver Surfer, and I
Yeah.
like Doctor Doom.
Oh wow. Yeah.
How many covers do you say? Okay, the people on the cover are Doctor Doom, Spider-Man, and Silver Surfer. Maybe
Not
like
me.
this and one more.
I think
I don't
Dr.
even
Doom
know.
makes every cover better.
Yeah, and then I have to show you guys because you guys are manly men, and I don't know if you such manly men as you has seen these awesome second and third printings of Squirrel Girl. This is the original Squirrel Girl, but it comes with these first lovely eats nuts, kicks, butts.
That's awesome.
Oh Jesus, that's awesome.
That is really cool.
So get with the
Remy's
program.
going
get
to clip
cool.
that now.
Yeah, eat nuts, kick butts, gobble, gobble, gobble. I can't.
I didn't even know it was that cool.
I don't care for Squirrel Girl, but damn,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Well, that was cool though. Yeah, especially the symbiote suit one, the very last one. I really love. That's super cool. Come on,
She
come
doesn't
on.
meet my requirements.
Secret Wars 8. Oh,
She
well,
doesn't
yeah.
bounce.
Oh, okay. And so I'm going to show you the last thing that shows that I really have a big problem. I have a big problem getting too many comics. I'm a whore for good art, and I've really fallen in love with these Russell Doterman variants that are the characters.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Yeah, I like those.
So yeah, I got like Woolry, I got Old Girl Scarlet Witch, our friend Sue Storm here.
Wow, I've never seen
Oh,
that.
good. There is a Malice on there. That's
Yeah,
excellent.
so we got some Black Widow here.
it's awesome.
Some Remy.
Wow.
You guys were talking about Mr. LeBeau earlier. Got some Psylocke here. Got my girl Jean. These are all Russell Doterman.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Bad bitch Emma Frost. We got Aurora Monroe. And finally, She-Hulk.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a shame he works digital. I would love to own some of this stuff.
The one that I need is, and it's really hard to find, it's the 1/25 Excalibur 18 Rogue. I don't have the Rogue one, but yeah, I have a problem. Anyways, you can.
I think I might actually have Rogue.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. I think I picked it up for Angel.
Well, I'm not giving you my Squirrel Girls for it. I'm just kidding. I know you want them really bad.
When those were recent Excaliburs though.
Yeah, the newest Excalibur that came out. It's issue 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that.
I only have the one. No, it's not even Excalibur. It's Marauders, where it's Kitty Pryde with the her and Lockheed, and it says Killshaw.
Nice. I did. Beckerman, you would, and Spidey, you guys would have loved it. There was a lot of the artists that were there for this event were taking commissions there while they were there, and their prices were very reasonable. In my mind, they were doing like, most of the sketches were less than $200. And
Weird. I don't have any messages from you.
It's weird, but I ended up getting a Bobby Bodie. He's gonna do a
Bobby Boucher.
no. Yeah, he's gonna do a Mars. He's like we were talking. He's doing some little stuff there. He wasn't really doing much on. I asked him. I said, "Are you taking any commissions?" And he goes, "Well," he says, "I'm kind of not really because I'm transitioning. I'm going to start working for DC now and some other stuff." He goes, "But," he says, "what were you thinking?" And I told him, I said, "Well, I got this Planet Comics cover, and I see your Mars Attacks up there," and his eyes open up. And I was kind of thinking like a Mars Attacks cover. He's all, "Done. You're on the list." He says, he's all, and I told him, I said, "Well, I'm not going to be around this." He's like, "Oh, I'll get done this weekend." I said, "Oh, I'm not going to be around tomorrow." He said, "So can I just have you mail it to me or whatever. I'll pay the shipping. He goes, yeah, no problem. I'll have it out on Wednesday. He's like, I went by,
wow.
like, then I went to pull the book out and I didn't have the blank with me. I thought I had the blank, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to send you the blank, all this other stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. And then I go to the VIP room and I'm going through my other books and I find the blank was mixed in the wrong box. So I go back to see him, and he's like, oh, dude, I'm so glad you found this because I have it like all in my head already. He says, I've been thinking about it, I can't stop thinking about it. So I got the background, the landscape, all this done up in my head. I'm like,
That's awesome. You got them excited about it. Yeah,
exactly. When you can get somebody super pumped on there to do one.
If this was in the 50-cent bin for 40, or sorry, if this was 40 cents and you saw it, would you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not I, but that's
I'm not a huge Buffy fan, but it's badass, and I know somebody will want this.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. All right, just making sure. Also, this. I'm not a huge fan of this shit, but I know dudes are. We got Prophecy #1, Vampirella, and I don't know, Red Sonja.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I don't do that to Buffy though. I don't give two shits.
I
Dynamite.
don't care either. I just happen to know who the character is. That's all. We see enough Gary B.
Oh yeah, Gary B will.
She's on to us, fellas.
Gary B is like the biggest advocate and protector of Red Sonja.
Yes.
Shit, I may need to apologize for him.
He lights up he lights a candle every night as he says his prayers to Red Sonja.
Cantonese Comic Kid's here now, and he just saw me throw a fucking vampy. He's gonna beat me up. Damn it!
Go.
Yeah. So that's good.
So,
a needle pulling thread.
Oh boy, Spidey, we need to talk.
Uh-oh. What have you done now?
I'm disappointed. I got well, actually, Rob was in the same op as I was, I believe. I didn't get mine graded, but did you get your Paul Dini and Bruce Timm books graded yet? Or
yeah, they came back.
They came back already?
Yes. Well, yes, both Bruce Timm books and the Paul Dini books both came back.
Well, I opted
I love that sound.
to not get mine graded, but I did get in on an op involving Paul Dini for what was advertised as a head sketch, and I knew something was gonna be up because the picture they showed of it was definitely Bruce Timm's art, and I was like, well, I'll take a dice roll, and this is definitely a reverse Hazer. Like Ken Hazer, as we know, does remarks that are actually head sketches.
Right.
This is a head sketch that's actually a remark. You gonna blow me up, Remy?
All night.
Oh yeah, I saw that Paul Dini was.
That's not.
It's kind of a boner
I'm
favorite.
not. I'm a little bummed on this one.
I was going to say that's the what I would classify as the Arthur Sidem to me.
I mean, I can do that,
but he's a writer,
yeah,
so
I know.
I get it.
Yeah,
and that's
No, I think you should give him shit. Like, this fucking sucks.
hey, you know what? It's better than a Tom King remark.
Yeah, but he doesn't charge for those, and he writes, "I'm sorry." Actually, I think he charged me $5.
Can we see
he was charging at this show. So
Yeah, it's really.
because he
it's
was
like
there
the-
with
You put it back up for a second. Because it
he was
looked
there
like
with Tom King was there with Mitch Gerards and
Lamer frame.
It's-
It's like
yeah,
the
it looks-
entry for Lamer frame.
It looks like somebody's prison tattoo of her.
it looks like one of the pictures where you're not allowed to pick up the pen. So you have to just do the same one line over and over.
So now what you have to do later now is now somehow you have to get Bruce Timm to be willing to do a remark of Harley facing Paul Dini's Harley.
Yeah, man, you need to keep this going. Like, make it the inception of shitty Harley.
And have Amanda
art.
Connor draw a Harley on it.
Yeah.
And
Get
Jimmy
meta with this
Palmiotti.
shit.
You have the four
Make a
faces of
statement.
Harley. Make a Mount
I'm
Rushmore.
already
of
sad
Harleys.
enough I spent money on that.
We are too. We're trying to help.
I
Yeah, I
spent a
know.
lot of money on it, actually.
I know.
$5.
Did you see what they cost?
Yes, and that's why I chose not to. The same reason I also chose not to get the Paul Dini cover
Remy,
copy of that book.
Take
Oh,
the book to get
no.
it remarked by somebody good and have them draw a Batman with his cowl back and his sleeve up, and that's his tattoo. Harley is his tattoo on his bicep. Problem solved.
Go to Bruce Tim, say, can you do a cover up?
Exactly.
Oh my God, Mark.
Yes, ma'am.
I bought 2 DC comics, which is 2 more than I ever buy.
I'm proud of you. What'd you get?
I'll go grab them, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you.
That's fine. Show me.
You guys talk amongst yourselves.
I'm actually thinking, Mike, what you need to do is get an over the shoulder picture of a character drawing that picture, like Batman over the shoulder, and he's drawing it
in art
like
therapy or something.
Yeah, get somebody to draw Tom King drawing that.
Oh fuck.
See how many layers you could do. Get the Batman bicep first, then get somebody tattooing that on Batman's bicep by a different artist.
Yeah.
And then get someone to draw Joker in the background
Who do you
crying.
think is on this blank cover that has a shitty remark in the middle of it?
You got to turn that into something fun.
Oh man. No, I like the tattoo idea and somebody doing the tattoo.
Yeah, different artists have to do that.
Blind or something, like blindfolded.
Yeah, draw Ray Charles giving the tattoo.
Wow.
Shit. Remy made a mess.
Oh man. That is too good.
That's it.
That's too good.
From what's her name? What's her name from Deadpool? Blind Owl.
Yeah,
have Blind Owl putting it on Deadpool just for kills.
That would be good. That would be good.
God dang it!
Best tats come out of prison. There you go.
Got all these. I gotta put these somewhere.
Prison tats are sick. Literally.
How are you? How you looking, Mark? Are you still 100 miles an hour, or is it starting to slow down now? People starting to pick up.
No,
tomorrow.
Just as many people picked up today, twice as many dropped off. Carrying around dogs in my pocket right now.
If that's a euphemism, I'm interested.
Well, there's a gerbil in my cargo.
Oh, you had my attention. Now you have my interest.
His name is Lemmy Winks.
This calls for some celery.
Everyone starts picking up. The Great Migration after holidays is always like on Sunday and Monday when people have to get back in town for work and stuff like that.
And they all want baths right before they pick them up.
And see, like tomorrow, Kyle did her best to schedule like family Christmas photos, and I haven't been in them for like years because of work, because the holidays being so condensed and everything, and the availability to get it done. Because we have like our own Santa. Take that however you want, but he's like a professional Santa and stuff. And we go to his house, and he gets all dressed up and does the whole thing. And this photographer that I grew up with, it's expensive to get photos, but we get them for dirt cheap because we know the Santa. He's known me since before I was old enough to even know who he was, kind of thing. So we get amazing deals. So we go to this one. I haven't been in like family Christmas photos for like 3 years. So I just kind of bit the bullet and said, like, I'm gonna have to like start doing something different at work, and I can't always be there. So tomorrow I'm not going in the afternoon. I'm gonna go do family photos and dodge all that craziness.
Oh wow!
I feel nervous about it. Feel really weird.
These are the 2 that I got recently. One I got off the rack. I found it really fascinating. It's this local comic shop day version of Batman and the Joker.
Mark
The Silvestri, the Silvestri penciling like makes it just mind blowing. Okay?
Yeah, did you see the interiors yet?
Yes, I looked at the
wild.
interiors and said, I'm fucking getting this. It's just beautiful. So I picked this
Story
up.
shit, but
Yeah, I mean, but you know, it's an LCSD. It's shiny. I'm a crow, but really the pencils are just stunning. For you know, and then I found this in the 50-cent bin. Not that
oh,
one.
Alex Ross Crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whole like little run that he did with those covers, like with Solomon Grundy and Kirby's Atlas, even like
Yeah.
some of those covers are just gorgeous.
All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you. I don't have very many. Like I just grabbed a little chunk from my DC section, and my DC section is maybe like that much. And
So these
a
are ones you
little-
already have.
these are ones I already have.
Okay, I'm interested.
We'll start with now. I didn't pull all the issues I had of Wonder
George
Woman,
Perez's Wonder Woman #1. Hell yeah.
but I do have that.
That's awesome.
Got the Sinister Six #1.
Nice.
I really love the drug specials, man. Had to get some. Don't do drugs. I also like promos for anything. This is Wear Your Seatbelt with
that's
Humpty
awesome.
Dumpty and Supergirl. In cooperation with U.S. Department of Transportation's National Safety Belt Campaign.
That's really cool.
Yeah, pretty sure like Barbara Dole is like the secretary of like safety at that time.
It's really cool thinking of the time era too, because there's probably like numerous reports of seatbelts killing people in that time era.
They didn't have the internet to publish as much bad stuff.
Yeah.
Amazing Heroes for Hunger Neil Adams comic. We'll cover with the help of others. Okay. This one I found in the back issue bins of my LCS for like $5.99. And it was Corp #1. If you can see that. See what that says?
Bernie Wrightson's signature on it?
Yes. It says for Ed Bernie Wrightson.
That's dope.
Where's the extra E?
I just got a Bernie Wrightson book recently.
I don't know. This is the
Yes, we know, Mark.
world's finest.
That's fire.
And then I love the Witching Hour. I need to get this to my boy Dope though, because I know Dope's collecting that whole run, and I think he needs this one. So it's going to be in better hands. And then I know one that all of you manly men have is Rainbow Bright #1.
I have 4 copies. Why don't you?
So there's that. Have a girl, Zatanna. She's cool, man.
She's super cool.
Yeah. Amethyst is not as cool, but you know, I got it. Found it in 50-cent bin. And then probably the one that I think is the most beautiful is a Swamp Thing 2 by Bernie Wrightson.
First Arcane.
Yeah. But you know, like I said, I'm a little
I like the time era that these are sliced from. It's like a very specific time era almost.
Yeah, I like the older stuff, and especially like I didn't show a lot of it, but the Kirby Fourth World shit was just.
Oh yeah, I've got all that shit.
It's not even like DC; it's just like beyond. It's just Kirby. He transcends. Label.
It was Kirby unrestrained for the first time in his comic book career.
Yes, and he did
just
it,
let
man.
loose. Yeah, he let loose.
Mm-hmm. I was there for it. Like Demon, fucking Sandman, Miracle Man, and Mr. Miracle. I always fuck those up. Sorry.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Commandy,
OMAC, the
I'm Granny
Dingbat,
Goodness. I mean, yeah.
Manhunter 2, of course, Darkseid, the Forever People.
Stalker was a weird one. Didn't he do that one?
Manhunter.
It's called something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's campy. Like maybe it wasn't him. Let's see. Yeah. But it's created by Paul Levitz and Steve Ditko. Okay. So the art was handled by Ditko did pencils and Wally Wood did inks for the Stalker.
Mm.
That's nothing to do with, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the video, but I picked up this Bernie Wrightson book.
Yeah, that one was kind of a big deal. I mean, Bernie draws Wheezy. I don't know if you guys know, since you guys are well, I know obviously but maybe like for the audience, the model for that comic was Louise Simonson.
Yeah, Becker, he's like, yeah, respect.
Who was Walt Simonson's better half.
I think she still is.
Yeah, she's so sweet. And like she said that her favorite group is like her Power Pack fans because they're like just the most devout. She's like, I love my Power Pack people. And
she
also,
signed all my Power Pack books.
She talked about how much she loved her Power Packs lovers. And she also talked about how like she met like Walt Simonson and it was just like, what about him attracted you? To him, and she was just like, he could draw the most beautiful hands. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like,
that's awesome.
Go get it.
Walt and Louise are treasures, man.
I know.
It would have been funnier if he had said feet. She had said feet.
Yeah, well, she said what she said, but they are great, and what she did in like early X Factor, and then some New Mutants and stuff. Like, oh god, I
and
treasure
Power
her.
Pack.
But I mean, let's be honest.
Power Pack, obviously.
What are
Power
hands?
Pack.
Hands are just the feet of the arms.
Simonson.
I always liked how Power Pack could trade their powers with each other. So, like, you'd always have, if you missed a few issues, you'd have to figure out whose code name was what, because whoever had the counterweight power, the destroyer power, light speed power, and
I liked
Mass Master. It's like
the crossover with Power Pack and X-Men where Wolverine's holding one of them with his claws.
Yeah. Was he
like
holding
Daddy
Alex?
Daycare.
Yeah, I think he's holding Alex, isn't he? Or is it Katie? I can't remember.
The little blondie, I think.
Yeah, that's Alex.
I too appreciate well-drawn
hands. He was a new
well,
warrior, by the way, Remy. I know that matters to you.
Absolutely, now it does. It didn't until about 6 months ago.
My wife is a Power Pack fan.
Digger Jim, man, he did. I looked at his little video. He found some cool coins. He found 3 Mercury Head dimes, but I don't think that's what he was the most excited about. He was talking about other ones, maybe like a Buffalo Head coin or something, a nickel. Sorry,
Jim. I might have gotten a couple items. Oh.
That's a gross exaggeration, Jim. He got a bunch of shit. Found this in the 50-cent bin. It's fucking bent and like it needs a good pressing. It's not in the greatest shape, but it presents well. So it goes nicely with my 34. And I found a 38 also in the 50-cent bin. Crazy. It's not in the best shape, but if you can find any of these Silver Surfers in the 30s, get them, because 34 is when your Infinity Gauntlet comes to town. This guy. So, anyways.
Where's your cup? Let's find it. Careful running your socks. You're going to slip the seat.
Digger Jim, I want to show you what I got. Look, I found this with my metal detector because it's Magneto. I found it with my metal detector at an LCS on a wall for 20% off on Black Friday. So I'm like,
that's what's up.
Oh damn, the E-Man's here.
You beautiful motherfucking you.
I should. I'm gonna invite E-Man in case he's able to join because he was with me at the con today.
Nice. Agatha. That's her first cover appearance. Ugly old hag.
Oh man.
I love Fantastic Four though. I may have gone off on these. It just happens to be next to my shit. I'm just throwing shit. Let somebody that wants to show shit. Where's Beckerman? Beckerman.
Why are you talking to me like this?
Beckerman was like bagging and boarding shit. So now he has shit to show.
Wow, Death of Airwalker.
Yeah, well, it's Death of the Rando Machine Dude.
Not the random machine dude.
Oh, I love that cover. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, Airwalker is a random machine dude. When he dies, like they find out he's just like a fucking machine. Here's the one I like because it's got Dick Nixon on the cover.
Tree Dick.
Oh, Tree Dick. Snooch boochies. Snooch, snooch, boochies. Oh, you know what? I was going to say, I came up with an idea that basically is kind of derived from the, what is that called? Comic glories. But it's like this. You take 3 of your favorite titles. So I was saying, like, take X-Men, take Fantastic Four, take Avengers. But from each one, you have to pull the same number issue. So for FF, I pull 116. For X-Men, I pull 116. And for Avengers, I pull 116. And then I just say, of these 3 titles, which one do you think's the best? I thought that was pretty cool. Or do you think that that's like arduous and stupid?
Both. That's what makes it cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, they've done Comigories where you could only pick a run.
Yeah, but I thought this one makes it just more arbitrary. Just like it's kind of like when you pull the lottery thing, ding ding ding, just sort of pulls up 3 different titles, same number. I'm not smart.
I think it'd make the competition more interesting, though.
Yeah, I think it would.
A lot harder for somebody to win.
And it would simultaneously give the audience to see beautiful runs from 3 like different titles. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
As long as you had them, yeah.
As long as you had them, so that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What if you don't?
Well, you pick you pick 3 titles that you have the most overlap. And generally, the ones that you have the most title of, or the most of the title, is one you tend to enjoy the best. It tends to work that way. Think on it. Think on it. You take your time. I got. Y'all know Barbarian Kung Fu? He's a good guy, man. I really like him. That's Barbarian Kung Fu. And that's those are his tattooed hands. He has enough said tattooed on his hands. And that's where I got.
Did he pay that royalty to our friend Freaky Louie?
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Okay.
Sure everything was legal.
Freaky Louie comes up with everything first. He doesn't borrow anything.
Freaky. Oh, does he have it tattooed on his knuckles?
He comes up with everything first. He never borrows from anything.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't.
The most original man in the community.
I don't understand why you would say, in response to the tattoo that Kung Fu Barbarian got on his knuckles, that your response is, Freaky Louie came up with it first.
He comes up with everything first. He never borrows anything.
Well, if he had this on his hands, he inherently would be borrowing it from Stanley.
Spidey got it.
Why are you talking to me like this?
Okay. I don't get it. Maybe it's something fun and innuendo-ish, but it's...
No, it's not an innuendo. Freaky Louie does almost exclusively parodies.
Well, I know.
Which means you're heavily borrowing from other things. So I was being facetious.
Well, but it actually is original content in and of itself. It's just
Sure,
emulation.
but he's borrowing.
It's emulating, which is legal.
I didn't say it wasn't.
You have to use the right vernacular.
I was just giving you a hard time.
No, I know. And I was giving it back. Judge Judy
Excellent.
style.
Phenomenal.
Excellent. Fuck you.
Well, in that case.
When you were a kid, Rob
I was a
Batstacks, what were the first titles that you bought off a rack as a kid?
Well, I didn't buy any off a rack as a kid.
Well, how did you obtain them?
I bought them off a rack, but I was an adult by the time I started buying comics for the first time.
Oh, so when did you first get
I was
introduced?
18.
Okay.
I was 18. I was 18 in 1992. We just got the military school.
1892.
1992.
1992.
And we got privileges. We could go down the PX, and there on the spinner rack was some nice shiny 2099 goodness.
Oh, military.
Yeah, and a love was born between me and Spider-Man 2099 and the rest of the 2099 universe.
Did they have Mark Jewelers when you were there?
So I was at a military college. It wasn't actually a military base. I didn't serve. I always like to clarify that so that way I don't want to be accused of stolen valor by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a military school, but so no, they didn't have any of that in there. But so I was picking up the 2099 stuff and Fantastic Four, which was about the time that they just introduced you had the new Fantastic Four, and I got to read all that throwdown with Wolverine clawing the heck out of Ben Grimm's face and stuff, and the Amazing Spider-Man. I was reading all that stuff for a while until Maximum Clonage, and I sold everything.
I'm out.
Yep, I tapped out. I sold my collection. I walked away. Didn't get back into comics until my kids were.
You have ruined a collector.
Until my kids were. Yeah, think of all the money the industry lost out on, right? And that, didn't start picking up books again until about probably 12 years ago when my son was about 8 years old and was ready to start reading. And wanted to get stuff, and we went down to the store together and started picking up Star Wars and Iron Man and Avengers. That's why I have that. I was surprised I had that full, all new, all different, whatever Avengers. That was the title, one of the titles that we were picking up for him, and so that's why I have that run of them. Was strictly their buys for him.
Cool. The biggest 2099. The biggest 29 collection I have is actually Doom 2099. And I'm working close. I mean, I'm probably maybe 10 issues away from having the entire, what is it, like a 42, 44 issue run?
Right. And I had that one that got signed today.
Yeah, I know. I saw you were flexing, and I acted like I didn't care, but I do. I do care.
My Pat Broderick.
I know. That's just fucking cool. You know my friend Rob Worse, Not Near Mint? He has a Ravage 2099 signed by Stan Lee.
That's cool. Mine is only signed by Scott Williams, but it was great though when I took it. I took the Ravage 2099 to C2E2. Fortunately, Stan Lee had already passed, but I took it to Scott Williams and had him sign it. It elicited just the most phenomenal stories from him about that was his first time that he got to meet Stanley, and the joy that he had of getting to meet with him and collaborate on a book with him was great. And I have my Punisher 2099 is signed by Jimmy Palmiotti. So this one, that's Broderick. I think there's another book I picked up today that I saw Palmiotti's name was there. I think, maybe it's the Gargoyles book. But anyways,
I found a Punisher 2099 signed by Jimmy Palmiotti in a 90-cent bin. Like I found it for 90
Nice,
cents.
yeah. I got it when he signed mine. He also remarked it with a little Punisher skull
That's
on it,
cool.
which is great. It's
That's
sitting in
cool,
my
man.
stack to go off for grading. The
The
Spider-Man
one,
ones, of course, obviously I have those double signed. And
the
my Hulk
time that
2099.
right.
I'm sorry. I said my Hulk 2099s and my Unlimited 2099 are both off at grading right now. The only one I don't have either in grading process or ready to go back is the Ghost Rider 2099. I have 2 copies of it, but they have really bad indentations from the cards.
Do you have the
So I
shiny
don't
or the non-shiny 20 Ghost Rider?
shiny.
Ask him if he has the gold one.
No, I don't have the gold X-Men 2099 yet. But
that's your last one to pick up, isn't it? For the issue ones.
Yeah, and then because I do have the white Spider-Man 2099, so
That one you had to get with the toy, right?
yeah, it came out 9 years after the original book, and only came packaged with the action figure that was only sold at KB toy stores, which was
Sometimes
in
those
the
things are
mall.
cool though. Getting some of those books are cool.
And the paper on the cover is crap. It's
Yeah.
it's not like the heavier paper like you're used to on a cover. This is why there's so few of them. Is like the paper is really thin. It's got this black border around it, and then the way it was in the blister pack, those kids they're sifting through stuff, and packages always drop and fall to the floor while they're looking for stuff, and then eventually the action figures don't sell because people go, "Who's this retarded Spider-Man? I don't know him." So they end up in the bin full of discount toys that just get jumbled through, and get beat up. That's where a lot of those things went.
Yeah. I've got a few of the not for resale reprints. One that I'm really fond of is a Journey into Mystery 116 reprint that has an Esau Ribbage cover. It's really cool, but it was with like a Thor or a Loki or some shit.
Hey, Mark, did you see the were you able to see the action reprint I got facsimile from the Fan Expo variant? Let me get to one of these are the Deck 27 ones, but hold on. Here you go.
Tony S. Daniels. That's from a few years back.
Yeah, they had some of these laying around, so I was grabbing that one and the Sensational, and the Detective 27 and the Del Auto Batman one. But then they had for this year was the Fantastic Four 52 with
I knew Caroline would like that one.
Well, I'll give you good news, Carolyn. This is not exclusive. I mean, it's Fan Expo, but it's not like you have to go to the con to get it. You can go to Fan Expo to their website, their shop Fan Expo, and you can order it yourself directly.
Yeah, Rob.
Okay.
Nice. Cool.
I would have given you one had I known. Right. Had I known.
How'd you know?
Dude, this is actually so like last Christmas, my wife was so excited because she was like secretly like trying to find a comic that I needed. And this was an Action Comics reprint I didn't have. And probably like 3 weeks before Christmas, she had it ordered. It hadn't even shown up yet. And I opened an AOK with this in it, and she saw me open it and just started crying in the other room. I had no clue why she was crying.
Oh man,
it was terrible. It was.
I put the link for you, Carolyn, in the private chat, so you can.
Thank you.
This is a cool one. This is like a French Action Comics reprint. No, Italian exclusive foil edition. But it doesn't have the cover. But it was A-OK to me also. But that's pretty cool.
Man, nice. I don't care what you say. It's hard to not like a foil cover.
Hell yeah, dude.
Especially if you collected comics in the 90s.
All right, well, who's got the construction site?
Foil.
It's always the noises are always coming from me.
Oh, okay.
I was muted, but yes, that's exactly what I said. The noises are always Spidey.
Mad Spidey
I
doesn't
mean,
know
is
where
your
his
stomach
mute button is.
upset?
Who's crunching? Who's making banging noises? Who's
Why are you talking to me like this?
Who the fuck is snoring?
yeah?
And now I'm muted, so I can't say anything. You know who's snoring.
Here, I'll
I
talk
read-
for
I
you.
Did you read? Do you remember Steve Orlando's Martian Manhunter that came out a while
Yes.
back? I liked it.
Yeah.
And so I don't read DC, but I read Steve Orlando's Martian Manhunter, and I also what the hell's reason? I think that's the most recent DC that I've ever read. Honestly, in college I
should read
read
more.
DC. It's hard for me to connect to the characters, but I find them more static. So I find them more 2D, where it's like Superman's good, and that's all he fucking do is good. There's not a whole lot of like moral.
God, see that just lets me know that you haven't read much Superman.
I don't.
You're just going off like a general perception. When people say that, that's simply a general
So
perception.
this is
not
what your
actual
task is.
reading.
Recommend me a couple of storylines where you think
Easy.
I'll
All-Star Superman done. Grant Morrison. All-Star Superman done. You'll be a Superman fan by the end of it. Now, of course, this
Okay.
is a character that's been going nonstop since 1938. So there's plenty of boring, just monthly stories. That's the nature of a monthly. Like, if you're into the character, it's fun. Like Rob said with Clone War, the Clone Saga.
So what I like seeing,
there's some stellar shit out there.
Is I like seeing people try on a same character. So you get different artists or writers and let them try on the character to see if they can bring out new dynamics. And
Philip Kennedy Johnson has done it for a year and a half straight, like nobody else.
So
Philip Kennedy Johnson has wrote the best era of Superman since I don't even know when, since before I was born.
If you think that there are authors that have added depth and have really because sometimes it's just same shit different day, but
that's comics.
I'll give anything a chance, like a read. Like I'm not gonna not read it. If you recommend it to me, I'll not read it. So that means I will
recommend All-Star Superman as Grant Morrison and Frank Quietly, and that's a great story to just get to know Superman. Like what Grant Morrison did is he took a maxi series and he really just kind of spotlights every little avenue of who Superman is, what he does, how he thinks, his true capabilities. Like, and he does that in like the first damn issue and puts it behind him. Like you just see him like in the fortress, like with one hand behind his back, holding up more weight with one hand than you've seen Superman do before, and he's doing it almost effortlessly. And now, so we passed that hurdle. We don't have to sit there and see him do feats of strength later in that book kind of thing. We'll do other stuff. We'll explore him personally. And that's the thing about Superman. People think, oh, he's just a goodie too. You know how hard it must be to be that example?
So
like he does,
this is the thing.
He chooses to be that
what
way.
I want to hear. I want an author that actually brings those questions to rise, because I don't see
that's a lot of them though.
Okay.
Like,
so if there's some that do that.
Philip Kennedy Johnson has taken over. That's all that they do. And the one thing that Philip Kennedy Johnson is, he's a goddamn Superman fan. And more importantly than that is he's a father first in his life. And it shows in his work. And what else is Superman?
So am I.
He is a father. He's a literal father in the comics now, but he's been a father. Like he treats that planet like he owes it. That's how he lives. And Philip Kennedy Johnson hits that on all single, like every aspect you can think of, like the dynamic and the way that he moves and interacts with people. It's not him being a Boy Scout and saving. It's that one-on-one shit, that level of
I like flawed characters.
I've read everything Philip Kennedy Johnson has ever done, and his Superman stuff is my favorite. And keep in mind, this man named a character in a DC comic book after me that wasn't Superman, and that's not my favorite. It's the Superman stuff.
So,
it's that damn good.
So
go read it.
I'm gonna need, certain titles are All Star Superman. Is that what you said?
No, it's Action Comics.
Yeah, All Star is
last
just
2
like
years.
whenever anybody asks me,
Private
whenever they
chat
say,
me.
what, yeah,
And
whenever
can I get
anyone
these in
asks,
trades?
yeah,
Can I
All
get these
Star
in
is out
trades?
there, single trade.
Action's out there too in trade.
Yeah, so Action is like there's like 3 phases now. The Phil Kenny Johnson's Action run.
But it's
Okay.
a good jump on point after you read All Star. All Star is going to give you that history. It's going to give you the character.
Yeah, like All Star is great because you'll have an issue where you deal with Bizarro World, an issue where you deal with like power swapping, an issue where you deal with Lex, a kind of running theme through it. But you touch it's like a history of Superman, like you said. Like you'll get what you need out of that to go into any Superman book, and if it doesn't measure up, the writer didn't do good enough at that point.
Okay, so that's
just
I like layers, you know. I and so you know I'll read it, and I like I said, man, give me like we said, private chat me, and I'll get some trades because I mean I'll fucking read it. I'm not gonna shit on something, you know, but. I can never say that like as a child when I first got into comics as a 8-9-year-old little girl and this really probably does have to do down to gender difference is that an 8-9-year-old boy it just has an affinity for Batman and that street stuff. It was the Michael Keaton stuff going on at that time. I liked it, but it didn't appeal to me as much as like X-Men did.
That makes sense.
That
makes sense.
Yeah, and so it's not that I didn't, I don't know. It was just never a place for me to be at the age that I was, you know? But that doesn't mean
you should. I want to give you like just a short reading list. You should read Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Okay.
There's eight issues. You know, if you want to appeal to a 8-year-old girl, read this because the main character of the book is like an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah. I mean, and so, yeah, for me as an 8-year-old girl, I was reading, you know, things like X-Men where you've got characters like Jubilee or New Mutants or, you know, kind of the young teens, angsty, you know, we're outcasts and we have to figure out how to, you know, operate in a society that doesn't necessarily accept us at the same time, like we want to be good. So, you know, it's not because that's just the way that my fate developed as a comic person. And I ended up just living more in the DC, in the Marvel world. But now I got into the DC via Vertigo in college because I had friends that said, dude, you have to read Watchmen and you have to read V for Vendetta. And I did. And they were so much more than comics.
Yeah, that's how All Star is.
The Watchmen was a social commentary on a dystopian like Thatcher Nixon. It was weird, but it was really great. I thought so. I'm down for shit
Starman
like
on Vertigo?
Then V for Vendetta is just straight fascism playing out.
Yeah. And I read some Frank Miller. What was the one that he did? Sin City.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I read some of that too. But really just not delved into DC the way I have.
It's interesting the way like it kind of how you say you just kind of evolved and kind of naturally played out into the Marvel realm. Because I grew up with all of these around me, you know. I didn't grow up biased to one or the other at all. It wasn't until just the natural progression of loving all of these characters and going just following them.
It didn't start out as a bias.
Same here. Like I'm not character or company biased. I'm quality biased. Dead serious. I'm just straight. I'm like no,
as an 8 or 9-year-old, I don't have any discerning. Like I don't know what the fuck quality is. All I know is what can I relate to. I can't relate to
what was cool at that age. I wasn't until I was older that I fell off of Marvel at all, and like I still pick up Hulk because I just won't stop. I'm not gonna stop.
Can you imagine if we had these when we were 12?
Even better. We got them when we're 40.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I just,
It
it
worked.
wasn't
It
for
worked.
like the past recent few years that the stuff that I enjoyed reading at Marvel just kept slimming down. I think you'd be surprised at the quality of storytelling that is happening right now with DC.
Yeah, so maybe you're right, but here's also a couple of counterpoints I'd like to make. One is there are two writers that have seemed to be successful on the Marvel side and that have like kind of tanked on the DC side. And those two writers are Bendis and King. And because my experience of Brian Michael Bendis is the House of M and like Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and my experience of Tom King, excuse me, is writing The Vision, and I just loved that series. It was mind blowing. So and then I hear, how. I mean, this is just I hear, but they get like Bendis got shot on for Superman, and then I heard King really got shat on for Batman. Now, did
Well,
I
if you
read?
remember,
King was
Bendis,
at
if you
DC
remember it,
before he was at Marvel.
if you
Huh?
look at Bendis, I'm sorry, Becker.
Tom King was at DC before he was at Marvel.
Yeah,
Okay, I
Tom
just know
King
I
is-
like Vision.
he's still crushing it with the Maxi series. Like he's still doing fantastic numbers,
Give
insane
him 12
reviews.
issues, and that man can tell a story.
Give him 8 and he'll hit even harder. Read Supergirl,
Yeah.
Woman of Tomorrow, like award winning and deserving. Like there's people that don't even like TK that read that book and are like, holy shit,
I like
that's in
TK.
my short.
I thought his Grayson run was good too.
Yeah,
like
so,
what he
like-
came out of the gate at.
Yeah, but if you look at Bendis, though, that's a great example of like a long-winded creator because, like, like Bendis was he's like the architect for like a lot of the Ultimate stuff, and he was doing so much of that for so long. Look at the back end of the Ultimate universe; it was shit. People were complaining they didn't like it, and he was burned out. And then they brought a burned-out writer who's now
Marvel
like
burned him out.
Yeah, they burned him
Simple.
out, and now what is he like? 20 years older, has
He
grandkids,
got
and
really
shit, and starts-
sick.
and he starts writing Superman. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different person.
He
than-
changed his diet. He's not sick.
Well, maybe it was because he changed his diet because he got sick or something. I don't know.
Look at Frank Miller now. Like Frank Miller used to write like incredible shit. Now he's just going to write shit.
He's
Some
crazy.
people as they get older, they're still in that headspace of a different time era. It doesn't translate anymore. Or either the headspace that they're in now isn't something that appeals to the general audience like they had at one point. There's nothing right or wrong about it. That's just the natural progression of living life.
Bendis's name recognition and the fact that he could turn out scripts quickly really did a number on him at Marvel. Because at one point, I think there was 1 month where he had 9 books on the rack. That's not sustainable. You can't create that much and it be good.
Well, it's unfair. And I think that's what happened to Donny Cates to an extent.
Amongst other things, yes.
All right.
I think Donnie kind of, if you read crossover, I think you have a much better idea of what's going on with Donnie these days. That book is very meta. He's very open about his personal life with the audience of that book. Which that's by far my favorite Donny Cates book. Like that book is incredible. That second volume
I'm so far behind on him, but I'm still getting it.
It's on hiatus right now. We haven't had an issue in a while. Like, dude,
that makes me feel better because I haven't read anything past.
We had the first volume, the one shot with Chip, and then the second volume. That second volume was so damn good.
Yeah, I did not read the second volume. I think I'm right around where Chip did that one issue.
Chip Geller?
Zdarsky.
Remy, what's like one of your favorite comic stories? Doesn't have to be new. Just one of the favorite storylines or trades you read, or even single issues. What's some of the stuff that stands out?
Single issue? What if the Hulk went berserk? By far, it's like one of my favorite books. Yeah, like it's such a weird one that like not a lot of people get into, but yeah, it covers all the bases for a Hulk lover. Like he fights the U.S. Army, he fights the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Thor. he kills most of the people. Like, it's fantastic. It's just unstoppable.
Have you read any good comics involving skateboarding?
Now I have, yeah. It took a 4 issue to unleash that, and one of my favorite people on the planet. Absolutely. Yeah. You're like, he has a skateboard. What's more 90s than that? And I was like, I don't know. I have no answer for you.
What if I told you there's a switchblade in that skateboard?
Oh,
I'll show it again.
Oh, God. How do they make those so damn good and sell them for so damn cheap, to steal my grandpa's line?
It was a must-have on my list, though. Must have. I still want to get the Night Thrasher with the red foil, where he's like coming out of the. Yep, there you go. Yep.
Phil Sienkiewicz.
Yep. The worst Hulk cover of all time.
Oh, hell no.
Yes, that's the best
That is
story.
awesome.
I hate that cover.
I love it.
Yeah.
Remy, you were making so much sense just 2 minutes ago.
It's 2 seconds ago.
I remember picking it up and I was like, this looks horrible. And then I read it and I was like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
You know what? You're horrible. Ooh. Yeah.
Caroline, have you read Kingdom Come?
Nope.
I could tell.
Oh, there, put that on the list.
Yeah, I could tell. Read All-Star first.
All right. But I'm not, you're not going to make a converty. Well, maybe you will, but.
I don't want to convert you. I just would like to point you in the direction of some other amazing
broaden your horizons.
I've never understood the brand loyalty in comics. Like, it's so weird.
Like as much as you can possibly enjoy.
I don't read it all.
It's not brand loyalty. It's more like character connectedness.
Yeah,
but
you'll start connecting.
What is your favorite character? I don't know a lot about your
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
So,
Black Panther's your.
She relates heavily to Black Panther.
Oh, that reminds me, I'm bidding on a first Black Panther.
I like.
Let me see if I can find it.
like.
What if
T'Challa
I was
a lot.
to tell you?
Caroline's
a Black Panther on a skateboard.
Caroline's African American. She's a man. She's a king. She relates heavily. It's all about connectivity, guys. Black Panther.
Increased speed.
What if I was to tell you there's a great character very similar to Black Panther, but on a skateboard?
Mike, do you have any examples that you could show?
Why, Rem? I'm so glad you asked.
Who would you be talking about?
I'm not going down this tunnel.
Look at the last comment.
I'll trust Rob. No, I trust you too.
Is that what is that what you had DJ read recently, Mark?
That's the one that he's either worked. He hasn't finished it yet. If that's the one that we were talking about 2 weeks ago, he said he's going to put on the list.
Yeah, I love
idiot.
Like, you don't have to start picking up Superman by any means. You don't have to follow him monthly.
No,
you don't have
I
to
would
buy a t-shirt. But when you read that book, you'll be a Superman fan for having read that. You're like,
is you tell me a storyline, I get a trade, and then I get, I'll let you know. Because I like doing trades anyways. A lot of the shit that I read, if I know I'm going to just go through a storyline, I'll just get the trade.
You find it for a good price, read it, and if you enjoy it enough, pass it on to someone else. Recommend it.
Go on to Amazon and look at the used prices, find the cheapest used prices, and you can get them for a fraction of a price.
In all sincerity, if you want to do it, even I don't know if you read anything on a tablet or anything, you could just get the app for $5.99 for a month and read that.
I hate the digital way. I don't like to do it the digital
way.
It
only works if you have it. Yeah, if it only works, like I have a tablet that's like the same size of a comic book, probably a little bit wider, and it actually makes it enjoyable for me to read back issues and stuff that I don't necessarily want to buy, but I'd want to try out kind of thing. Especially since they're doing that like 1 month after release thing, I was able to read all of DC versus Vampires, and I'm glad I read it. I'm even more glad I didn't spend money on it and take up space in my house. Great read. Need to collect it.
Yep.
What are you laughing about, Beckerman?
Nothing. That Night Thrasher talk really cheered me up.
It should. The fact that we all talk about Night Thrasher,
Oh, I've converted
Speedball,
Remy
and
man.
New
He's
Warriors.
Night Thrasher Army.
Yeah. See, even aggressive, like everyone who's read it is commenting about that All-Star Superman.
All right. Well, if not read it, I'll get it. I'll get a
Neither do
trade.
I have read Kingdom Come.
Don't get it confused with All-Star Batman. That's shit.
I know.
Oh, yeah, that
Superman
was
is
a
different.
mistake.
I'm the goddamn Batman. The little kid, like, oh my god, my parents just died.
Good night.
He traumatized the shit out of Dick Grayson.
All right. Sounds bitchin'. Yeah, I just am not familiar with the way it works. It's just I mean, I didn't make a concerted effort.
Just read Injustice. That's
Whatever
the
this
Superman
is.
film.
Yeah, everybody make sure to sub up whoever this person is.
Rabbit farming.
Awesome watching from the Philippines.
But Rage is amazeballs.
I like Rage.
More than Night Thrasher?
No.
No, he doesn't like anybody more than Night Thrasher.
Speedball.
Oh, yeah,
Speedball.
Thank you, Rob.
No problem.
Sorry.
I'm there for you, Becker. Because nobody bounces higher.
I'm a big Silver Surfer fan. I love Moira McTaggart because I like identifiers. She's
How
a
high
nerdy
does she
scientist.
bounce?
Huh?
The sky's the limit.
How high does she bounce, though?
Oh.
Speedball bounces pretty high.
Oh my god. So I like the Mirror Island storyline with the Shadow King and like the New Mutants and shit. That shit was scary.
And the New Warriors showed up in that annual crossover.
I've Kenny, you know, you guys know Comic Head 84?
It's the new Oracle of Bacon. It's going to be the Oracle of New Warriors.
Oh.
Becker can connect New Warriors to any title in just 3 moves.
During the Mirror Island saga, Proteus showed up.
Yes.
So anyway, it crossed through New Mutants. It crossed through
Becca?
Uncanny X-Men. What?
I forgot to tell you.
Can I get how much?
He's put his prices right up too, unfortunately. He's done them in US. He's only doing 11x14 half body and 11x17 full figure. Grayscale for half body 11x14 is $750 US.
What's the color?
Color is 1,000.
Can you
11x7.
Who is it?
Can you get a payment plan on that?
If you're telling me you know me, you might be able to.
Who is it?
Yeah. David Yarden.
Oh, Yarden.
Bow down, bitches.
He's the best.
So he did that Firestar up above my head. And I would like to get a speedball from him.
He did an amazing X-Men Evolutions Storm variant. It was just badass. It was like a Mighty Thor variant, but the variant.
Oh, that was the one with the different versions. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely love it.
And obviously that very iconic Gambit throwing the sort of cards that image has been used about 1 million times.
All right, let's talk about the worst trouble you ever got into in high school, and Remy has to start.
The worst trouble?
Mm-hmm. We know you did some bullshit.
With the law or with parents or
all of the
with
above.
A girlfriend?
Wherever you feel like you need to start. This is an interrogation. I'm going to be recording.
On that note, I'm heading to bed, everybody.
Good night, Mark.
He's like, I'm out.
I gotta get up early.
All right. Night, you cock slamming fools.
Good night to you too.
Remy, will you pull me closer to Mark?
Oh,
scissor him.
No.
Damn it.
Missed your opportunity again.
I know.
Come on.
Damn.
You need to start
I
talking.
can't
man.
think. Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm
can't
not.
think of
I'm not
anything. Yeah.
confessing to anything.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you may need to come back to me.
You
I can't
wearing a
think of anything.
wire, Lady Fantastic?
Yeah.
You cop?
Yep.
And tell me if you are.
You have to tell me. It's
Yep.
the law.
I'm all. Yep. I'm getting you.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
Although I will speak through my counselor, and that's
Okay.
Remy. When I'm in trouble with the law, I call the law firm of Remy Q.
Oh shit.
I'll get you
I
out of
just
anything.
pictured Remy showing up to court for me with like a suitcase with papers sticking out of it, no tweed blazer.
Like
And a
Joe
trident-
Pesci.
a trident in
You
the
didn't
other
do
hand.
it.
But a trident.
My cousin Vinny.
My cousin Remy.
My
cousin Remy. He would come up with that. He would
The
come with a
Utes.
Nerf
The
machine
Utes.
gun, and he would just be like, "Fuck all you
The
motherfuckers."
Mastodon.
Oh, it's upstairs. I put the new batteries in it. Oh,
What about the poo flinger? Have you tried out that?
I have not. I actually didn't. I didn't show the boys it yet because I know that they'll take it over. So,
I know. You need to give it, test.
Yeah, no, I've been busy
that's
all
the other
weekend doing house stuff.
Justin Greenwood.
When are you going to be on another auction?
I think starting New Year, just because so around in August, September, my stepmom is in hospice right now with the terminal brain cancer. So it's been stressful. So I've needed to kind of not do as much of this stuff. I haven't been on. So I'm going to do auction stuff in the new year, but I'll be there, man. I'll show up, but just kind of family stuff, all that fun family stuff. Why you want to buy my shit? Nothing.
Man, that sucks. David Yarden's prices have gotten so high. I think I might be priced out of this one.
He's good.
Yeah. Like you've seen my pieces, so you know what kind of quality he's
Oh,
doing.
I have a piece too from him, and he's great.
That's right,
But
Yeah,
11
it's
by
got-
14 is a little bigger than I want. I would like it to match this size.
Are you is that what's up there? Is that just 9 by 12?
9 by 12, correct.
You can always ask him. He'd
What's
probably
the oldest
And in
piece you
that
have?
pay range, I would need to do a payment plan.
Yeah.
What's the oldest piece you got?
Who, me?
Yeah.
That I got from the artist directly drawn
What
for
is
me,
the
or what's the
oldest-
oldest page I own?
Piece of original art that you own.
So an original page I have is 1978. And the first sketch I ever got was in 2001, drawn for me by Jim Lee.
That's cool. I bet he was.
I didn't even know that was a thing yet at that point. I was waiting to meet my friends because none of us had cell phones back then.
Yeah.
And we were at the con, and there was a certain time we were supposed to all meet in the lobby, and Jim Lee was just hanging out there drawing.
The old, hey, we'll all meet at 2:30 at this spot right here.
Yeah, and I was the only one there on time.
Yeah.
But I got a Jim Lee piece out of it, so
It's stories like that though that it's awesome, dude. It's like one in a lifetime kind of things. I know my friend Rob. He went to a con and he was looking everywhere for George Perez, and he couldn't find him, but he randomly just saw a guy in a goofy Hawaiian shirt, and it ended up being him. And he was nice, and he just signed his poster that he had, the one that Perez and Alex Ross did of the, I don't know, it's a massive I think it's DC poster, but doesn't matter.
I got to meet George a few times over the years, and I have some sketches from him. Treasure them all.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't met
missed out
really
on Jim Lee because Jim Lee came out here way before, probably close to a decade before I started collecting original art. So he was doing freehand sketches at the convention. I missed out.
I don't
wish
have
I
any
had.
original art. I have sketch cards, like
Yeah.
So I've
that's
collected.
art.
Yeah, I've collected comic cards where certain boxes ensure that there's at least one original
Comic cards?
art. Yeah, comic cards.
Hey, Jim Lee back when he was doing caricatures at the boardwalk.
Yeah, so
Would that be something?
This one's let's see. Yep, here's one I got. It's of Thanos.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like sprayed. I mean, it's really really cool.
Yeah, because like card artists are like a bunch under themselves sort of thing. Because there's a lot of specific like artists that only do cards, like work for.
What's the name on there?
Upper Deck or whichever.
I have to look. I can't remember, but it's something like Jason Adams or something weird like that. But I had to look on eBay for other sketches from this set to find one that was in another style, and it actually named his name, but I've forgotten his name.
Okay.
I need to figure it out again.
I know there's a lot of artists in like Philippines and Malaysia and Singapore and that do a lot. They work for like Upper Deck and Skybox and all that sort of stuff. So
if
some
anyone
of the names
recognizes
can be a bit hard.
this is a call. But there's then that one, and then I got these other two are from a 2007 Marvel Masterpieces. One I got an awesome piece by Colleen Duran.
Oh, great! Also worked on Power Pack.
Yeah, she's really cool. I kind of look at her as sort of a role model in the, ladies
Very
represent.
cool to interact with too. Nice.
I've never met her. Okay, and then the last one, her last name's Wilkinson. I can't remember her first name though. But did a Mystique. And you can see it says Wilkinson on top. I know it's a lady. And then if you look on the back, it's got some of the pink paint or the purple paint smeared on it.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyways, that's the art that I have. Here's something cool that was from that set that I got though. They did things where they had signature cards. Mike Zeck.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's got a great signature too.
Oh, doesn't he? I love it. It's all showmanship.
I really wish he had kept going with his original art, but I always wanted a Punisher from him.
I have one.
Of course you do.
There's Jim Chung.
Yeah,
Jim's both my nephews' sketchbooks both start with Mike Zeck.
I actually have a Doctor Doom sketch from Jim Chung. That was before I was exclusively going Spidey stuff.
This one is.
That was a mistake. You shouldn't limit yourself like that. You should at least include.
No, I started off not limiting myself, and then I went to limiting myself.
Marco Cicchetto.
You should allow yourself to branch out to
Marco's
characters
great.
who made their first appearance in a Spider-Man comic.
I like my Europeans.
He's got a Night Thrasher. That's the part that vexes me. The Spider-Man guy
and Darkhawk.
Oh God, you make my stomach hurt.
And I have a Nova. You've seen the Nova as well.
Mm-hmm.
Different artists, but
I don't know, man. Feels like that Night Thrasher belongs somewhere.
Here we go.
Somewhere it could be appreciated.
Here's Julian Tedesco.
I love his art.
Yeah.
Crappy signature, but I love his art.
I like his signature. I think it's cool.
It's like a Pokemon.
So do you ever see yourself collecting art?
I see myself doing art. Like, I can't afford it. It's like I would love to, but I just can't afford it.
Neither can Spidey or I, but we don't let that stop us.
Just pal over
and
there.
I put it on the back burner for a while too. So
yeah, I'm still not happy about that.
Yeah, I almost sort of I keep getting offered pieces of art, like all the time, and it's like I just can't afford it.
Lee
Clan
Garber.
Lee got
Clan.
Garber.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've got a few, and it's it's pretty fun. I enjoy this is Stuart Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
But
He
that's
famously doesn't sketch anymore.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw. Did you get the email? I saw that email.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got all kinds of weird shit, man.
That's
I'm a
awesome.
big comic card collector. Kind of
Yeah,
got
I
into
need to
that.
find with
Mike, have you gotten any new art lately? Did you
Besides that piece of crap I just showed?
I mean, any sketch covers or anything that you might want to show us?
the
how about this?
tattoo
I have a
cover. We'll
sketch
call
that
it.
I'm about to frame tonight.
Can we see the tattoo again?
What tattoo?
The tattoo cover, we'll call it now.
Tattoo.
Oh, okay.
It's my only tattoo. Meow.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a real fucker, Remy.
That's rough, man.
Do that
It's
with
not good.
pen, ink, and a needle.
I just did when you were telling the story and then you showed that. I was like, oh my gosh.
I'll tell you what, Becker. I'll give you $30 for it.
Knowing what I paid for it too, you make that offer. Oh, what a
Well, I mean,
dick.
let's be honest. Between you and me, is it worth any more than that? I mean, come on.
It's still better than my Arthur Sidem. Put it that way.
Yeah, well,
You got something worse? You got something worse?
My one and only bad
this is
experience.
I'm gonna frame this tonight.
Oh wow.
This is I had this
Wow.
for years now, but
I like that, man.
Who's that?
Oh, you know him, Spidey. John Timms, not Bruce Timms.
Oh yeah, John Timms. Yeah. No, look, the style looked familiar, but I just couldn't place it.
Becker, I'll tell you what. You send me the book. You don't have Rob Fat Stacks art yet. I will doodle on there.
Will it be better than this piece of crap?
It can't be any worse.
I don't know about that because I've seen some shit.
Have you? I will
Remember, I own multiple Frank Miller remarks.
Oh god.
Oh, Frank Miller signature. That's a remark unto itself.
The penis.
As long as you didn't pay like $1,000 for it, like is what its going rate is.
What's that penis?
somebody say penis?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Frank Miller signature?
Does it look like a
Once you
Yeah,
once you
got
see
one.
it,
Does somebody
once
have
you
one we
see
can
it,
show?
you can't unsee it.
I'll look one up here.
Yeah, sometimes you don't notice straight away, but once somebody points it out, you'll never see that signature the same again.
All right, we need to see it.
Somebody tonight in the chat wanted me to share my art. I don't know.
Was it Tricky? Might have been Tricky.
Yeah, isn't he an artist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does awesome work.
What's your favorite?
Favorite original Becker? Well, I am my own favorite. No, I get what you mean. Oof, that is tough. Honestly, that Perez speedball ranks pretty high up there because I feel like he nailed. I don't want to lift this. I know this is going to go terribly. But at the top there, next to the Yarden, is my speedball. I'll just send you a picture of it. How about that?
Yeah, so our left-hand side of the Firestar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
How high? Does
I'm just glad I finally got a George Perez original before he. Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got the full figure Spidey with.
Yeah. I forgot all about that.
With Clan McDonald, just like on his last sketch opportunity. Very lucky. Because he's been out here. He's been out here a couple of times, but he never came.
And I think Tricky Trapster's an art collector too, right?
That one's really good.
Yeah. Oh God.
Tricky, what's your favorite?
There you go, lady.
That
That's
you
a,
I'm sorry, I don't know his name. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
So I will just call him Tricky.
Tricky.
Yeah, he's been on. I know you guys, you don't know him as much. Like Caroline, I know, like Carvey's channel, Comic Book NYC's channel.
Yeah.
He has a, or he used to have an original art hour where he'd get one collector on.
Oh, Scott was telling me about this.
Yeah, Scott's been on.
Yeah, Horsehead told me about this.
Scott's been on. Tricky's been on. I've been on.
Is it not a thing anymore?
Unruly's been on.
Yeah, Unruly. Yeah, a lot of the guys in the JP's Budget Collecting's been on. There's a few people that you'd probably know has been on, but he's it's more because he's busy with work again, I think, and stuff like that. That it's sort of he's put YouTube on the back burner a bit. And
JP's got a pretty cool art collection too.
Yeah, JP mainly does sort of sketch covers and stuff, I think, sort of things. So.
I don't know. I saw him at Planet. He bought a Nightwing page from Phil Hester and Andy Parks.
Just trying to think who else is. Actually, I could probably just have a look at the list of the names in the chat. Where is it? I don't know. Asian Funk is a new one, one of the newer episodes that's been on. He doesn't do as much YouTube stuff anymore. Comic Mag Musings, that's Bill. Bub's Comics. C. Woodward, Danger Room, Daymares, D-Runk. Southern Comic Geek's been on as well, but actually recently. So there's a few names that Magic Lasso. Yeah, so a few YouTubers and stuff like that.
Jason's art collection has exploded lately.
He's only just started recently. He only just started in like the last 12 months, I think.
I know. It's crazy because he'll send me stuff. He just picked up like 3 cable pages today.
Who? Who was that?
Mr. the Comic Fan.
Oh, that is really cool. Pre-comics Chris Burnham page from when he worked.
Chris, I got you something.
Rob, that slab behind you. Can you read me what's on the right side of that label, please?
Thank you for joining us from the wall, sir.
Rob, they ripped us apart earlier, man.
I told my lawyers are on call.
All I have to say is people that don't have at least 30 slabs sure are bitter when it comes to Saturday afternoons.
We were the elitist show.
Holy cow, ripping us. Yeah, a guy who I thought was like one of my best friends in the world calling us elitists and shit. Like I'm not screaming "Go Bills!" Like somehow
I know what you're talking about, Chris. Just because I rolled up to the con in a limo, I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, what? My Ferrari's still running? I'll be right back, guys.
Then when I decided to leave, I was like, I gotta go call my driver and let him know I'm ready to go to pull the car around.
Yeah, and another Canadian comes on. He's ripping up the shows. I only own 15 slabs. Like that's not my problem, man.
I only ever watched it when it was when it was Pokemon.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
So I got you something, Chris. So I got your message. I understood. So I went to the con today, and when I was there, I stopped first at the Fan Expo exclusives, right? And they had this Batman 251. It says,
very nice.
"Look out, San Francisco," right?
Yep.
So I picked up 2 copies because I don't normally. It was one for me and one for the giveaway box, right? And when I got home, I'm lifting them all. This seems odd. And I took a look at it, and it's got 2 books in one poly bag. I was 2 books in one poly bag. And then I looked at it, and it said printed in Canada. So I knew that was a message from you saying, Rob, would you please send me one of these? So it's coming your way, buddy.
It's either that or saying Canadians can't count to 2.
When I open it up to pull one of them out for me, I'll send you one. That was a problem. That was metric conversion, right? Yeah, that's all right.
All joking aside,
Yeah. I only
No,
have one
all
slab.
joking aside, like I sent a message to both Remy and to Morgs, and I just said, like I didn't want to like come in and just be that guy or whatever, but I laughed the entire time. I thought it was great when Tyler showed up too, like kind of at the last
I haven't
minute
seen the
kind of
second.
thing.
I haven't seen the second half yet.
Oh, it was
I had
pretty
to pause.
funny.
I had to pause at the giveaway in order to get.
Nobody's
onto
seen the
show.
second half. It doesn't really exist.
Yeah. This was my only slab pickup for the day.
Rob, would you mind reading me what's on the right side of that label, please?
I actually would mind.
Yeah.
Actually, Chris, it says the first Silver Age appearance of the Riddler, Batman TV pilot based on the story.
Yeah, we had some folks that said like, "Hey, I'll try to stop by. I'm not sure," and so that was the thing. Is there was a lot of maybes that were on the line, and once we went through everybody's 3 slabs, I was like, "Oh shoot, we're stuck."
Oh wait, it's only
We're
30
gonna do a
minutes.
giveaway. The worst part was I thought the giveaway would eat up like more time, and then I was like, well, I just got this slab in from Chip. All right, we'll do another giveaway. This is it, y'all."
And I'm like, oh, we'll give it another 30 seconds or a minute. And Remy's just like, click.
I was getting
Hey,
stuck.
you didn't get the banter going with the on the slab. Is making each slab last 5 to 10 minutes.
Like it's taken a while to develop the recipe, boys. I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
taken a while.
No. It's not.
If the ballot box was still open, I'd say now you know to go vote for only slabs. But
Remy, you should show him some of my original art that I didn't pay anything for, but that I created.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me.
And Tricky, I sent you a message on IG.
Oh, I see.
I
You
didn't
sent
want
it
to
in.
dominate the.
But yeah, kudos to you too. It was a real good time. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, these are great.
you can click on it, and make it bigger.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have that one up there like that.
That's cool.
Ooh, I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
In panel head shot there.
Yeah, these are great.
Oops. Yeah,
And
I
you
mean,
drew these?
I drew these. Yeah,
That's awesome.
my grandma was an artist, and I do it more for just like relaxing and chilling.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah, that's amazing.
There we go.
Yeah, I should do it more because I get enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's what every artist will ever say to you. Oh, how do I become a better artist? Or how do I become a comic artist? Draw every day.
Yeah,
That's all of them will say that. The more you do it, the better you get. Except for me.
McFarlane was a big proponent of that. He's just like I drew hands for so fucking long until I could get it right.
Eddie Liefeld didn't do that with feet.
I literally thought the same thing.
But he did with pouches.
Oh,
Hands
yeah.
up, man.
Yes, the pouch.
He drew pouches for like 50 years, bloody the way he does pouches.
That or he just hit him behind like other characters. She drew like angles specifically where he did not have to show the lower leg.
But he could draw a boob sock.
You can draw pockets.
And big guns. Really big guns.
Pocket universes.
Actually, that's what I was going to say when you show that Silvestri book. Have you got a Silvestri, Becca?
I'm on the wait list, remember?
Oh, that's right. Shit. I forgot about it. I thought you might have had a page or something, possibly. Because I know some of his like old Top Cow stuff and that, like you can still sort of get. Well, you used to be able to get at a sort of reasonable price. Obviously, all his Marvel and DC stuff is ridiculously expensive. But
what was DW? What brand was DW? What did that stand for? Transformers did it. It was on Transformers was on that title.
IDW.
That would IDW.
IDW.
But there was something that was DW first, right?
Not that I remember.
DW.
That's just that's IDW. I'm
Is
pretty
it?
sure.
Before it became DW,
Hold
it
it.
was just Make Me Big.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, I've never seen that logo.
I haven't either.
Let me look.
Yeah, it's DW. I don't know what it means.
Weird.
I got this.
Dreamwave,
buddy.
somebody said. Dr.
Dreamwave.
Von Hoots. Oh, no, it's not.
It's Transformers #1. Some volume 2 from 2003. It was a 40-cent bin find.
Dreamwave, it's before IDW.
Okay.
But they were
I'd never heard of it.
okay. But
I haven't either.
Did Dreamwave turn into IDW then? Is that
Maybe
what you?
IDW might have been a rebranding, maybe, or something.
Okay.
Or
It went out of business. It's before IDW. Dreamwave. It went out of business. Okay. Didn't know. Yeah, this was 03.
So maybe they might have bought the rights for Transformers after Marvel, and then IDW, because they went bust. IDW might have just snapped it up before anybody else.
Then IDW bought it for Transformers. Okay, makes sense.
There you go. Cool.
I brother loved that shit. He loved G.I. Joes. I liked Ninja Turtles.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Can you do the He-Man one?
By the power of Grayskull.
If anybody's looking for any voiceover work to be taken care of, this guy right here. I do everything. Sound effects. I do music.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Transforming is the best part.
But that's still my favorite. That's still my favorite.
It's great that you say I got powered and you say wop 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 wop.
What am I watching?
The pew 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 is by far the best.
That was why when I did G.I. Joe, I was really excited because that was nothing but laser shots back and forth. And I tried to make a different sound for G.I. Joe. It didn't really work out.
I don't
I
know,
need to work on
Rob.
my lady voices, apparently.
They've gone off the deep end. These are wild men. I don't know what I'm dealing with here.
What am I watching?
It's all copyright-free clips.
That's right. You want to see everything that we're giving away for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway?
Yeah.
We're gonna do the
Claim.
first published.
You don't like.
It says right on it.
Okay.
First published appearance of Gambit. So we don't have
I mean,
to
it's
argue.
true.
about-
That's true.
you know,
It was
correct.
published first.
Was it
Correct.
Arthur Adams there today?
Yes, he was.
Is that an Art Adams cover? Sorry.
Yes, it is.
It sure is.
It's
The High Republic issue number 4.
who is that,
What's up,
Matt?
Pete?
Who did
Doing
that
that?
shit?
This is an Ario and
Speedwagon.
Mario Speedwagon. I know. You guys are too fast, man. Shit.
Oh, to Shannon Mayer.
That's awesome.
Hey, girl.
What book is that?
Fallen Angels number 1. Mike Meyer or Mike Mayhew with
Oh.
Grim Dark.
Oh, Mayhew's so good. I like Mayhew.
Some remark goodness there.
Yeah, with
There's a
remark.
great
That's
remark.
awesome.
It's actually what's great about this. This book is the book that caused him to take remarks off his website, so he no longer sells remarks via his website anymore.
I mean, it's no Harley Quinn remark. Let's just be
Right.
straight.
But,
It's no Ken Hauser remark.
He forgot about this book got lost in his ordering system when he was doing everything himself, and he was just like, and I reached out to him after a while, and he was like, dude, I'm so sorry. He's like, oh, and he's doing all this stuff. He's like, I'm going to take those damn remarks off it because it's not worth it for what little I get out of them and the hassle that they cause and everything else. But he ended up sending me like this book. This is the one I paid for. And then he ended up sending me the Virgin variant signed for free, along with both the trade dress and the Virgin variant of the Zombies version of the cover, Marvel Zombies version, which is kind of cool. There's a Venom 1 with a remark.
Oh, boy.
That's awesome.
So this is the scan. Yeah, scan. Witnessed, scan, signature, and remark.
I don't have any remarked books.
And here's a Venom 28, signed and remarked.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Wow.
I have like
This
one
is
remark.
Valerio Giangardiardona, whatever. I don't know. Can't pronounce it.
Giordani.
There you go. That dude. How about a Schomburg?
Oh.
Yeah. That's one Invaders book I do have.
No,
good,
Rob,
because
do
you're
you
not
have
a
another
comic
one to
collector.
back that book up in case you give it away?
I have two.
Hot
I have an
girls
8.5 CGC and a 9.0 CGC.
Yes.
Hot girls are waiting there.
I've been waiting for you.
But if you
It's
don't have
Triple X 69.
if you don't have a comic book with Captain America punching a Nazi, are you even a comic book collector?
Are you even American?
But
Well,
the thing is, he's actually
not American
backhanding
at all.
on
Chris
that
and
one.
Chris and Mad Spidey aren't American, but I'm gonna say, are you even a comic
Both of them
collector?
are American by proxy for having that comic.
Okay.
You're a shoe-in. Now my LCS has a beat up cover of that.
I still do not own that book.
One.
I have that book.
I need to.
I just got it for $5 because it's got some color rub. But I was like,
They're
oh,
about $200 over here if you can find one.
what?
Yeah. You don't know what I'm dealing with
Batman
over here,
100?
Carolina. It's ridiculous.
Is that Jorge Jimenez?
And then this is a 2-pack that's been given away. The Spider-Man 2099 2-pack. You get the ASM 365, the first preview edition, and then you get in the 9.8 Spider-Man 2099 number
That's
1.
awesome.
Love it.
And then we'll give away then we'll also throw in some giveaways for like I said, for these art pieces that we got earlier, these that were given to us by Pat Broderick. We'll give away some of those. And then then I know DJ Link said that he's gonna kick something in, and I'm sure some other people will. So
Yeah, you can count on me too, Rob.
Well,
Don't want to be rude,
I appreciate that, and what we're gonna do is have fun, man. So the big thing is, if you haven't yet subscribed to me, you have to be subscribed to me, so I get to 1,000, and which is coming up quick. And then the other part is on the video on my channel. There's a list of I think like 10 other channels that if you're not already subscribed to them, subscribe to as many of them as you can, and it'll write out on there.
That's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Don't worry about the other 9 channels. Just subscribe to me.
Yeah, the decision was based on simply just I was looking at I was going through my list of people that I'm subscribed to and looking at people who are regulars that I see in my shows and whatnot who had subscriber counts below 500.
Terrible idea, Jim.
I
should have put Beckerman's on there.
I did actually include Beckerman on purpose, along with a couple other folks because they are anti-subscriptions.
What does that even mean?
Well, I absolutely would like you to follow my content over at Alan Ruse.
Whose channel is on the list.
There you go. Sum up Alan Rue.
Yeah, you can see me every week there.
It's a
Twice
change
this
in
week.
style.
We were real industrious.
Yeah, I only did one video this week. I did not have a good week this week.
How much is shipping from the US to Australia? 15, 20 bucks?
Depends on the
little
size
more.
and weight.
Keep going right up.
I recently shipped a slab
50?
to Australia for $29, but it was
That's not bad.
only a slab. It was only a slab only, and it was in a CGC, one of the CGC smaller boxes.
No.
So it was
the last medium sized mailer I sent was like just short of $80.
If you send priority, it's going to cost a lot. I sent first class postage.
Rob's got a down pat how to send to over here.
So it was just one slab?
One slab.
Are you saying it would have been a lonely slab?
Yes.
But
Go
Hey,
Bills.
patent pending on that, buddy. You owe Remys.
Rob was the one that named it.
I came up with the name.
Rob came up.
Yes.
Chip
The
came up with the
8.9 in
logo.
there
I
instead of
did very
9.8.
little. I did very little for this. It was a hit. A lot of people messaged me. They were
I
like,
just
"This is
like the
great."
fact that I messaged Remy and said, "Are we still doing this Lonely Slabs thing? Am I still going to be co-host or whatever like that?" And then literally about a minute and a half later, the IG post happened. He's like, "I feel like I reminded him that we were doing it."
Remy
No, I
actually
knew it was coming
runs,
up. I just was avoiding it.
Yeah, Remy runs what we call just-in-time promotions. He even like this show and stuff, you'll note it doesn't exist in the in the manner until like just before.
I want true people that are going to be there for the right reasons. Is what
Circumstances should.
Yeah, I remember at one point
2 minutes late.
somebody was doing a sub push for me, and they were like, "Oh yeah, let me get onto my other account." I was like, "No, I don't want your other account. Like, I want legit people watching, or not at all. Like, if it's not good enough, then there you go." So.
We could make it an annual thing every Thanksgiving. Remy, we could do it.
So yeah, that was the question. They're like, "Oh, are you doing this now?" I was like, "No." I think I said this will be a fill-in. You know, I was like, we might have a Christmas episode, something like that. You know, when Rob's not doing his show. I was like, I'm not trying to do a permanent knockoff. But
I am taking Christmas Eve off.
That's what I mean. So see, then we can have another Lonely Slab, so people can.
I think your wife and children may have a problem with that.
Aren't going out to spend time with their family for the holidays. That they're home alone, all by themselves. They can.
They can deal. They can deal for an hour, or in this case, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say as long as we
started running low about 40 minutes in.
Well,
Like,
that's because all your guests only have the stamina of a high school teenager.
I thought about doing a bonus round for everybody. I was like, no, I was very specific. No more than 3.
Feels like the first.
The best part is like you guys are like take down the stuff on the walls. We don't want to have more than 3
That was
slabs.
drag.
Showing.
I don't know where he
Hold
came with
on.
that.
Roscoe had a stack of like 8 slabs like, right beside him, and no one noticed.
That's what. At the very end, I mentioned it to him. I was like, "Well, I see you have a stack there," because he had talked about that when we first got on. He's like, "Well, I got about 15 slabs," and he showed it to me, and then he's like, "But I've picked 3," and I was like, "Oh, okay, good." I was like, "3's all we need. That's it." I don't know who else is coming on here. It was like even Mark. Mark was like, "Hey, I've scheduled my lunch around the show," and then I felt bad because he joined. And Drac was in, and I was like, "Oh, let's bring in our next guest." I put Drac on, and I see Mark killed his camera. I was like, "Oh shoot, Mark's limited time here. Like, I gotta get him in here."
Then he's like, "I'm minus 14 minutes to getting back to
it
work."
was a mess. It was a total botch, but
that's hilarious.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we could have had Brother John on to be out of.
Yes,
Oh,
the Big E Man.
I see Rob. I see Remy. Oh, there's Simon. Oh, there's
Yeah, did you guys play Romper Room?
And there's Lady Fantastic. Oh my goodness, everyone's here.
They weren't sure to talk to the chat or not.
We said hello to the chat at the start. We didn't do Romper Room, but we said hello to the chat.
I was telling Chris, I just realized that one of these exclusives that I picked up is double books inside the poly bag. So I paid for 2 books, but I got 3.
Well, someone's gonna have to go back tomorrow and get a couple of those exclusives for his own personal collection.
You're gonna have to start going through there and looking at them, see if there's any others that are double.
You know what? This one
double
looks
up.
like it's got a ding. Can I check the next one?
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing.
this
It's
one's
like
not
I was
good enough.
joking. I was half joking, but they had us like when we walked into the first island that they had set up with all the exclusives. I'm sitting there looking at them, and you grab the books, and then I'm like, okay, and they got like people watching you at the books, and I'm like, okay, I'll take these, and they go, okay, just go around over there now to pay, and then that was it. Then you like walk around the island, and nobody's watching you now because they're watching people in front of them, and now you're over there, and you got to go get in this line over here to go pay them. I just walk away with these things, man. Nobody would know.
Yep, exactly. I was like, you could be so dishonest and just be like, all right, well, let me get like a bunch of stacks and just it was a trip because where they made you pay, it was like the entrance into the hall where like everything was just like, you can just go right into the hall and be like, oh yeah, I just pay for these right here. And
and there was no security screening at that place.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
It was kind of freaky.
It was just to walk right in. Oh, they scanned your ID badge, but that was it.
So
Baltimore, they didn't have any security scanning either or anything like that. It was just you walked in. There was a couple people that would ask to like scan your ticket, but you could honestly just walk past them. Like there was
they had that,
there.
and then I don't know. Did you have a wristband, or was it just no? By look on your face, I'm assuming no, you didn't get a wristband.
Okay, or was it just a ding?
No, I'm asking you if you had a wristband.
Who, me?
Yeah, in addition to your pass.
I don't know why I thought you were talking to Remy. No, I didn't get a wristband. I didn't get.
I'll move you up here so I can talk to you.
I didn't get the VIP package like what you yourself did. By the way, you guys, Rob was showing off at how he came in a limo. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but he
was an executive car.
Yeah, we heard about it.
It's a limo. This guy shows up on
That's how us only slab guys travel.
That's right. We're fancy people. Dude, I'll tell you, I got a lot of people coming up to me and talking to me and mentioning the show and going, oh, dude, I've seen your show and all this other stuff. It was kind of cool. But
no one did that to me.
Those
guys, dude.
But yeah, so I had this stupid wristband. They didn't give me any instructions. I had the badge and then I had a wristband, and I'm assuming, I guess, the wristband was to keep you from just swapping VIP badges with somebody else. Like I can't just give you my VIP badges. I'm not going back or something because you would need to have the accompanying VIP wristband as well. I guess was their theory, but. Hey, but I had access to that super sweet VIP lounge that was like 5 tables with folding chairs, no water, there wasn't even a trash can in that room. I brought my food in there.
In the middle of like the bottom floor. Like as soon as you walk in, there's just these 4 walls that are put up, these makeshift like curtains. Like this is a VIP. Honestly, the premium lounge was so much better than that VIP status. So
the only thing I don't know, did you guys have a coat check or bag checks and stuff there?
Yeah, actually,
okay.
and they did have it.
Then what did I get? Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, there wasn't even a trash can in their room. I took my food in there to eat, and then I got done. I went to bust my table, and I had to walk back in to the freaking con floor to find a trash can to throw my food away or my trash away.
Woe is you! You rolled in on a limo.
Stop. Hard knock life.
You know, just because I'm not staying at some highfalutin $49 a night hotel.
Fucking elitist. That's right. I am staying at a $40 a night hotel. I got like.
You just spent the last 10 minutes complaining about wristbands and having to walk to a trash can.
Lady Fantastic.
You're the most
is like,
interesting
this
man
is
in
just
the
the
world.
greatest chat ever.
You Californians. Hey E, how cool were the Miranda brothers today, man?
Oh my
Right?
God, dude.
Right?
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the Miranda brothers story right quick. Walk right in, go all the way to the back where artist Ali is. Went to John Jang first, talked to him for a minute. Super cool guy, love him so much. Then went over to the Mirandas, and they were talking to like this is the cool thing. They were talking to fans who were there. You know, they were signing their stuff. Oh, yeah, I'm glad that you like it. Yada yada yada. They look over at Red, who points at me, and they're like, "Hey, E-Man!" I felt like a goddamn rock star. I felt like a rock star because they stopped everything they were doing, and they're like, "Hey!" I was like,
Yeah, and they're huggers. That's what's great about them. Yeah,
they were amazing. And then like you know, we kept going back and forth, you know, last night, and then afterwards, I don't know if you guys saw, but afterwards, I ended up meeting up with the Miranda brothers. Met up with Alan Qua, met up with what's his name, Segovia, met up with Alvaro Martinez Bueno. I'm throwing out all these names because last night was an amazing night because we ended up meeting up at a bar, hung out with them, had a couple of beers, we were just bullshitting, and it was exactly what I wanted right there. Like that night, like last night, just hanging out with them at a bar just totally paid for the whole experience.
Yeah, Alan and Stephen especially, they're both awesome. I've known them for quite a few years. They're awesome guys.
They are. Alan's super, super cool, just chilling and just chopping it up. I felt they made me feel like I was a part of that Scott's Collectibles crew because Scott's Collectibles brought out all of these guys right here, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is E-Man. He does a podcast and yada yada yada." And I was like,
everywhere I go, this guy's like freaking being like a pro and like interviewing people and recording stuff and actually like creating content and stuff. And I'm just walking around the place, just like
looking for a trash can.
Looking for a trash can. That's right.
Dude, I got Arthur Adams to talk. I got Frank Cho, talked to Liam Sharp. Like I got maybe like 6 or 7 interviews since last night. Just got a couple of people just talking on the camera, and we're definitely gonna post those up on the channels later on. But it was awesome. A lot of them were like, "Yeah, no problem. I can," you know, we asked them like 4 questions, like, "No problem. Yeah, come and hang out." You know, some of them were like really cool. Some of them were kind of like, eh. Yeah, but I'm here. Let me grab this bag. It's super fun, and I still have one more. As a matter of fact, they still have tonight because we're gonna go back. So Red, Luke, and I we're gonna go back tonight, and we're gonna watch the Jay and Silent Bob Get Old podcast. And we're gonna go there and watch that. Yeah, and then tomorrow is Family Day, so I have my kids coming up. And my daughter's gonna dress up and she's gonna cosplay, and tomorrow it's all about them. So like this is just like the best weekend.
Yeah, that's great because that's the one thing that I kind of was interested in, but I didn't want to stay there that late. So, but was that Jay and Silent Bob thing? That's usually pretty good.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we got to get going here just a little bit. I just wanted to pop by and say what's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out
seeing you and hang out, brother.
I'm gonna hang out in the chat.
See if I can get it. Can I get it without the stupid light?
Sorry, we're not interesting enough to you, Lady Fantastic.
Are you showing?
I'm trying to
white
get it.
Blur.
Yeah, it's a bit blurry on the phone because I don't have the original here. There's my Alan Qua original.
That's so sick. Let me see. I think I left my Alan Qua stuff.
Yeah, I can't really get it. It's. I'll eventually do an episode. My artist series with him.
What the hell am I looking at?
Was one of them. I got the Alan Qua Ramen Gang.
E-Man doesn't know. He just goes talking back there the whole time. Nobody could hear him.
Did Alan have a Spider-Man and Venom print? Like had a big Venom in the background with a Spidey in the front. Did he have that as a print?
I didn't see any prints there that Alan Qua had. Like none of them had prints. Like some of them had books in front of where they were sitting at, but no prints.
Oh, okay. Because I know he did my piece as a print for New York Comic Con a couple of years ago. I thought he might have still had it.
Oh no, that sounds super dope. So So here's my. Everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna go see Jim Lee. We're gonna go see Jim Lee." I end up getting like Jim Lee to sign my Wild. I didn't have no X-Men stuff, so I had some Wildcats.
That's perfect.
But there was this card. There's this card from Wizard Comics back in the day. He ended up signing this too. So
that's awesome.
That is the equivalent of when I was rolling up with my Doom 2099 and stuff and saying, "Here, can you sign my 2099 stuff?"
And then just real fast, I want to show you guys. So this is the nice house on the lake. I think this is cover B or C. And then so I got Martin Simmons right there, and then Alvaro Martinez Bueno to sign it right there. So this is double sign right here.
Yep. Simmons got a great autograph. A little bit of fun with that.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I didn't know he was English. He started talking, I'm like, what the fuck? Hold on, wait, who am I talking to? Wait, who are you? He tripped me out. He kind of scared me, actually. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with your voice?
Hello, Governor.
Yeah. Yeah, totally is. Hey, what's going on, chap? What the fuck? Hold on, wait. Who are you?
Did you get any commissions?
No, 0 commissions because I blew I blew my wad last night, you guys. I submitted 4 We Live number 5s double signed by the Mirandas. I had to get that submitted to CGC. That was it. That's as much as I can spend. Like that's it.
Look at Chris flexing now.
Oh yeah, they're great. If you, it's a treat just to go.
Did you try to get a free remark from Jim Lee?
I didn't. However, Luke's got this short box that he's getting a lot of artists to like sign and whatnot. It's filled with so many like people on it. It's like a straight up jam piece, right? It's super dope. Mm-hmm. He brought it up to Jim Lee, and Jim Lee, like he asked him like, "Hey Jim, would you mind signing it?" He was like, "Yeah." And then the 2 other handlers on the left were like, "No, you can't sign that. No, don't sign that, Jim." And Jim's just like, "Okay, I guess I can't sign it." Like, it's like
really,
they own it. Like, it sucked for him. I was like, "Dude," but Jim said yes. He's like, "Yeah," but the handler said no, and like they kind of ran the show. I was like, "That fucking sucks."
I hate handlers sometimes. I really do.
Yeah,
I've seen him ignore them though.
Those guys blew because like it was just like like I said, it was just a short box, and he just wanted like
it's obviously not something that you're going to turn around and flip. I mean, that's obviously something someone's
not at all. Not at all. Okay, ridiculous. I gotta get going. The guys are here. We're gonna go over to we're gonna go watch Jane Silent Bob here, you guys. Thanks for having me, Remy.
Take it easy, buddy.
See you, mate.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh, goodness gracious. I figure out. So I just got a Spider-Man piece that's going to be done by somebody too, or a cover. I don't know what he's doing though, because I go complete license. I said, "Hey, whatever you want." I said, "I prefer villains, and if you do one, don't do Green Goblin, because I already have that. Otherwise, go ahead and do what you like."
Yeah, that's why. Like, there's an Australian artist here. He's not as well known over there, but he goes by the handle Chumba. His name's actually Jeffrey Cruz. Not to with the other Cruz here. But he always does that for me. Like, I always say to him, he goes random Spidey character, and he'll do it, and he'll really deep dive.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. He's like
how deep of a dive?
Do you remember the when Peter did all those weird sort of costumes in the 90s? He did like I think it was Prodigy and Ricochet and all those.
Yeah.
He actually did a Ricochet for me.
Wow.
He picked that as a thing. He's done. I did one of my artist series things. One of my early episodes was on him. He's done that. He's done a man spider. He's done a white rabbit. He's done all these sort of really, really deep dives.
Stop trying to get me to watch your content.
I wouldn't want you to do that.
I'm kidding. I actually do like your artist spotlights, but I don't think I've seen that one.
That was like episode 2 or 3 or something.
Oh, okay.
Really early one.
I'll go back and watch it. Well, guys, I'm gonna go investigate some noise I'm hearing out in the living room for my cat. I think he's climbing curtains.
Cat Murdoch's at it again.
Your wife's not back yet, Mike?
That was
What?
hilarious.
Your wife's not back yet?
Oh, she's here, but
Okay.
I think she went to bed, and he's been kind of a terrorist this week.
Mike and I went. What were we on? Was it
I can't remember, but he was like throwing stuff off of my
It was
desk.
just Mike and I backstage after a stream, and he's like literally cutting off his mic and knocking
he
stuff.
turned off my mic.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
So we have this year-old cat named Cat Murdoch, and he's just a pain
From the
in
Z
the ass.
team?
Blind? Is he blind? Because that would
He's
be
not.
great.
He's not blind.
Does
Have
he
you
have
thought
the
about-
gang
without-
comes together?
He's the kitty without fear,
Oh,
and he
it's
really has no fear. And he's probably going to die on those curtains one of these times because he is.
Or
His
maybe he'll
weight
put
is
his
like
eye
getting
out.
up there, and it is testing the curtain rod.
Yeah, he can put his eye out, and that'd be great.
Well, if he loses sight in both eyes, maybe we can douse him in chemicals and see
Was
what
his
happens.
dad a fighter?
That's right.
I don't know. He was a KC Pet Project special. KC Pet Project funded by Chris Jones.
That Chris Jones.
That Chris Jones? He may play football.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so not Christopher Jones, the
I
artist.
got it.
Yeah, no, he's very generous with his money to the local animal shelters. He keeps them fully funded.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
So good for him. Good A. I think he might have the money.
He's got a little bit of extra spare change.
He's got a little bit of spending cash.
He does well for himself.
Yeah. Well, and then down here, I mean, he's another one of those guys that's just in every commercial, and I think he's one of like Mahomes doesn't spend his own money; he lives off his commercial deals. I think Chris Jones is probably similarly minded. But anyway, guys, have a good one. I'm gonna go see what the hell's happening in my living room.
All right.
Hey, mate.
If there's a rugby match, let us know. Or a curling match. Sorry, Chris. I know that curling's your favorite sport. That's why I want to bring it up.
Pikachu? I don't even know.
I
paid more attention to Aussie rules rugby.
That's two different things.
Aussie rules football. But that's because there was at least there was for a while a league that was running around the border up there. New England had some Aussie rules football teams for a while.
I have heard of some Aussie expats going over to the States and actually trying to fire up sort of local leagues of Aussie rules or rugby and things like that. So
The 49ers punters was an Aussie.
Yeah, that was there's quite a few Australians actually trying to go over and be punters. Obviously, the first one we knew was what was his name? Darren something. He went to the Chargers or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad gig. I mean, all you got to do is go out there, trot out there every once in a while.
You
kick the
have
ball,
one job.
Make several $100,000, league minimum or more, just to kick a ball a few times a game. And maybe you have to take snaps to hold for the kicker.
Or if you play for the Bills just a couple times a season. Just saying.
Yeah. Maybe I should have kept going. when I was a kid, I should have kept going with Aussie rules. Could be playing for the Bills and
or anybody, any number of people
kicking people's balls.
Yeah, there you are. Fair enough.
Oh, did Rocker go over there, Simon? Okay. I'm not a big Aussie. I don't really follow Aussie rules anymore, but I know who Rocker is. But there you go.
I know rock and roll. I don't know rock.
Oh no, there was actually two of them. There was a guy that played over here. He was pretty big back in I'd like to say late 90s, early 2000s. Severio Rocker was his name. Who played over here. I don't know whether he maybe have gone over there or he might have tried out over there or something possibly. a lot of the guys that can like kick the distance, they're the ones that generally go over to the States, and once their sort of Aussie rules thing, because it's obviously a very physical game over here. There's no pads, no nothing. You're basically in a jersey and shorts and boots, and
earmuffs,
and the ball weighs half as much.
Yeah.
Over here. Yeah, no, we got Mitch Wisnowski. That's who our.
Yeah, my son played 2 sports in high school. In the spring, it was rugby, and then in the fall, it was football.
He had to give up playing Aussie rules football because of repeated shoulder injuries, but that made going to become a punter just easy. He doesn't need to worry about his shoulders.
No, that's right. What's the likelihood of a punter ever getting tackled? Doesn't happen, does it?
It's more of them having to actually
the
put
make
the
tackle.
occasional tackle. What happens is, and usually they don't actually tackle, they kind of just try to push somebody out of bounds. Because nobody's asking the punter or the kicker to make a tackle.
Because all they have is one job.
And they have smaller, lighter pads and stuff too. So they kick, and then if everybody else has failed and they're the last line of defense, they're expected to try to push the person out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
So every once in a while, a kicker does line up and try to do a full-blown tackle, and it gets all the commentators to say how amazing it was when they successfully do it, and then that kicker usually ends up on the bench for the next 4 to 6 weeks with head trauma or something else that's happened because they just aren't designed to take that kind of a beating.
Yeah, so I never end up picking a team, but I used to love watching. We used to occasionally get a like really late night TV or something like that on one of the local channels. I used to love watching NFL, but I never actually picked a team. Basketball was about the only thing that I religiously, followed or whatever. I've dropped off the last couple of years, but
whatever you do, just don't pick the team that's closest to you.
Well, I don't even know what team would be closest to me.
Los Angeles teams would be closest to you.
Wouldn't it be closer to the Niners or the?
No, the Niners are further north. Therefore, we're going to be a great. He's in the southern hemisphere, so we're going to be about, several hundred kilometers further.
Well, I picked the Charlotte Hornets for basketball, so that's obviously, that'd be nowhere near me geographically.
I think it's about 500 and some odd kilometers, but.
Were you a fan of LJ? Is that
why? LJ
okay.
is when I first started getting into basketball, saw the grandma bloody ads and stuff like that, and then started following it, and then went, LJ's my boy, and I stayed with the Hornets. Like they've never really done anything massively, but I've stayed with them ever since. So
they moved. That was about it.
Yeah, they had some good players, but they could just never get anywhere too much, unfortunately. But LJ, Alonzo, Muggsy. I met Muggsy. He was cool.
He was a Raptor for a little bit.
Sounds like you're talking about North Carolina. It's no big deal. No big deal. I know.
Yes.
I'll get a ding for that.
Well, not for that short of a blast, I don't think. I think you're probably okay there.
We'll see.
So, movie content, they don't give you a hard time, but music is when they ding. What's up with that?
Music, they find
so I've usually for the clips, they don't give me a lot for those, but a lot of times I'll manipulate them a little bit. I'll change the speed or the tone or something on it. So some of the clips are, it's like 1.1 speed, and it doesn't pick up on those types of things. It's a Remys studio secret. So some of them like this.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life.
Like that's really fast in comparison to what it is in the movie. So,
but he does actually speak quick in that scene, though, right?
Yeah. But I mean, at 1.1, you don't really notice it. But if you put them side by side, it's a 4-second clip. It's probably a 5-second clip in reality. So. It's late enough. I'll tell you some of my secrets.
Remy's just letting it all go. Spilling the beans.
Well, I mean, I've tried before to like, like alter the image or like run it backwards or something, and still usually it's the audio that gets caught. So again, I found if you change the speed or sometimes if you change the pitch, they don't catch those things. So
Exploit the loopholes where you
yeah, and even some of the music. So like the editor that I use, they give me the rights to like a big library of music, and I'll still get copyright things, and then I have to tell them, I write out a thing, and I'm like, hey, I have permission to use it. Most of the time, they just, they'll be like, yeah, you're good to go. Sometimes they're like, nope, you don't have permission to use that. And I'm like, really?
Uh-oh. Watch out.
Speaking of not having permission to use that.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, Joe?
What's going on, Joe?
I'm doing all right. How about yourselves?
Okay.
Better now that you're here.
Yeah.
I tell you, Joe, this con, the people there, they really loved their Golden Age books.
Oh yeah,
they were in love with them a lot, so much so they didn't want to part with them. I was like, I went there and like I said, I was going to look at like Invaders and Mystery in Space while I was there, and then I keep my eye open for stuff. But there was like one guy who had like the Golden Age Mystery in Space, because usually you find somebody, they have anything, they have like the end of the run, they have like the 100 somethings, but this guy had like 13, 14, 15 and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, these are all books I need. But he's like beat up books, and he's like wanting like 100, 120, 150. I'm like, was that dollars? I mean, just make sure I'm clear. They're not pesos or maybe Australian dollars. I will be.
Come out to Heroes Con.
I already booked the hotel, buddy.
Is it?
The hotel is reserved.
Nice.
For Heroes?
Yep.
Good deal.
He has the limousine already reserved.
I will actually walk because it will be across the street. But
you can make it a U-turn.
But because they stay over like the Hilton, it's got the suites, so you have some space to sit down, and it's not on the bed, stuff like that.
Nice.
But anyways, yeah. So
I'll probably be a block away, but I got to get Planet Con out of the way first.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really sad. I was like, I'm like looking through these books, like boxes. One guy's got boxes and boxes of these things, and I'm just flipping through them, and like everything was just like, really, you want like $95 for a beat up Porky Pig? I mean, no.
Sounds like Australian prices.
It was just either in not good condition or really. I couldn't believe the number of raw books that I saw where they wanted like 300 or more. I was like, oh really? These are not. I mean, these weren't like LB Cole books or something else. These were just like the generic stuff that you see all the time. And it's like Joe Palooka. You think that a Joe Palooka book is worth?
I stopped going to Emerald Con because, and a lot of the ones on the West Coast, because they were just the prices. I'm just like, man, I'm not getting anything. Like I'm walking in with $1,000. I want to walk away with more than 2 books.
Yeah, no, there was some though there was so it was like a mixed bag there, right? It was just unfortunate that the guys that had like a lot of the really old stuff.
Is that for you or me, Chris?
You're gonna drive down there?
Either or, pick your. You can pick almost 12 hours.
Can you get the train? Take a train down.
The train is 1 day.
Take a
Where is it? It's in Charlotte, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if I take a bicycle, 3 days.
Chris, if you go, man, I will make a point of getting a double room, man, and you can split the cost of a room then, so you can save money if you want. If you want.
There you go.
You don't have. You can say no. I need my own space too. That's fine. I will not be offended.
I'll let you know closer to June 16th through 18th, 2023.
Yeah, I'm booked the 15th through the 19th right now.
Joe, are you going to go to that too?
Yeah, I'll be hitting that one up. That's going to become a regular for me.
Oh, I know, Remy, that's in your backyard, right?
Yeah. I think
Mark
it's
will be
doesn't
there.
like an
work on my
hour away.
GPS.
Is Mark talking about it already?
Oh,
Yeah.
when I told him that,
Mark
when I said I was
watching.
going, he was game on. He's excited now, man.
Yeah. I'm not sure how long of a drive it is for him, but yeah, he said that's one that he's continuing to go to.
I think it's a 3-hour drive or something. I heard him
Yeah.
say once.
Yeah, I don't think it was
something like
too terrible.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours for me, but it's an easy 4 hours.
If people are going to be there, then it makes it just that much easier to be willing to make that drive, right? It's like if you're going there and there's going to be just you, it's like, but if it's a whole mess of people that you want to hang out with, then it's a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah.
Yeah, cons are a lot funner when people are that you know are there. Because I used to go to college just to go to get books, and I'm done in a day. And I was just like,
I'm done in a couple hours. I mean, I can get in, get out, and be done.
And let's be brutally honest, boys. If Rob shows up, all we have to do is show up because everything else will be lined up and taken care of. All we have to do is attend.
What if I don't this time?
Nice try, Rob. Nice try.
Your OCD won't let you.
That made your skin crawl just saying it, didn't it?
I mean, I still have footage from the C2E2 recap if we need to go back to that.
Rob's like, now you go over there, you sit over there, no, you sit next to that one.
Chris, I can't get up and see you because I'm trapped in this table spot I'm at.
it's super easy to do things in Charlotte because right around the corner there's a big outdoor restaurant. I like places where there's like an outdoor venue, several restaurants and stuff like that. That way, you know.
I like the fact
they got a great cigar bar.
NASCAR Hall of Fame's right there.
Oh,
yeah, there's a cigar bar like a block or two away. Yeah. I saw it on the map.
Look at Joe
right next to
talking
the
dirty to
hotel
get me to go.
Yeah, it's nice.
And the NASCAR Hall of Fame's right there.
Yeah,
I care.
Okay.
God damn it. How is it that I'm from California and I'm the one who cares about the goddamn NASCAR Hall of Fame?
Hey, when I moved down, that was a big thing because I was like, oh, I gotta make sure I'm up to date on my drivers and everything because it had been a couple of years, and no, not a lot of people cared. They were all about college.
I don't follow, motor racing
basketball
over there.
and football and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
everybody
I don't
had a
blame you,
college
Matt,
team.
buddy. Well, unfortunately, my driver retired from NASCAR.
Jeff Gordon?
No, I was a Jimmy Johnson guy.
I know there was an Australian
because and get this, I'll tell you why. Because
Danica
at the time when I started caring about it, I was working for Lowe's, so he was our driver. So
I'd like to Villeneuve, but he didn't really do stock car racing.
Anywho,
so yeah, I'd love to go to Heroes, but because from whatever everybody says, that is, if you want to go book hunting, that is probably one of the main ones to go to.
Well, yeah. So John Jang was telling me that he said, yeah, if you're going to Heroes, this is if you're into like Golden Age stuff or you're into original art, you're just going to leave poor.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, but the only thing with the artist alley is if you're a regular that goes every year, it's the same artists every year. They don't change it up too much.
Yeah.
But
it's
first
a pretty
time,
solid crowd that consistently goes there. Yeah. As a matter of fact, when we were in Baltimore, there was a guy I was talking to about some Golden Age stuff. And I looked at him because I know this guy. His name's Graham Cracker. And I was like, hey, Slim, look, I can buy this comic book now if you knock $50 off of it, or I can just see you down at Heroes Con because you were there last year, and I'll just get it $50 less there. I mean, regardless, we know how this works. Like, that's what it becomes.
Hey, was Jenny Friesen at this past Heroes Con at all?
I want to say no. I don't think.
I think she only does the big ones now, though, doesn't she?
She only seems to just do Chicago.
Yeah. She might be a local or something, possibly. No, she was at New York, wasn't she? I thought I heard she was at New York.
Yeah, she was in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
So she might only do like she might only do like San Diego, New York, here, C2E2, probably all the big name ones.
Wow.
Yeah, Heroes.
Cons are fun.
But that's the worst time of year for me for work, because that's like, end of financial year, buddy, stock take time, buddy. That's just the worst time of year.
Sounds like excuses. Good excuses, but still excuses.
Yeah.
Oh, don't trust me. I would love to go there instead of being at work. I suppose if I put it in a year in advance or whatever like that, I'd probably be able to get it off.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be here. I have a trip to America I need to take.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
I have more important things to do.
I don't know what to tell
And
you.
if you threaten my job, I'll just stay there.
Where you going? New York, Los Angeles? Fuck that. Charlotte.
Go Hornets, baby.
I need to put some holes in a box so I can ship myself there.
Yeah, maybe I should start up a GoFundMe page. Try and help me get over there.
You go the cheapest way possible. You go in a passenger cabin on a cargo ship.
It'll take you 3 months to get here, but
yeah, you might as well leave now.
Yes, I remember the early days of eBay. That was the worst mistake I ever did. Buy my first copy of Amazing 101. The guy was in, I can't remember, he was in one of the armed forces, and he was selling stuff in between on a shore leave or whatever it was, sort of leave it was. And he goes, yeah, I sent it via C-mail when C-mail was a thing. I never got the book. I had to rebuy it a little bit later, but yeah, that was not that I learned that very quickly. Early days of eBay, like we're talking sort of late 90s, early 2000s. Just priority. I wouldn't even go airmail now. It's all priorities, global priorities.
those were the good old days of eBay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting all kinds of stuff on it. I got a surfboard off of eBay back then. It was weird stuff. Send me whatever you have.
My Bowen statues I used to buy like all off eBay from the States, all back in those days.
Did you say bowling trophies?
Bowen, Bowen. Bowen Designs.
Gotcha. Scared me for a second. I was like,
no. Hell no.
Did you wear the shirt with the one color and the
monogram name? No.
I'm not making fun of bowling. I'm making fun of you playing bowling.
I can't even bowl 100 in 10-pin bowling. I suck. So, no, I'd like an occasional game, maybe once a year, just for a bit of fun. But yeah, other than that, no.
I love bowling.
Yep, we go. I just drink.
Well, I could see that, Joe. I don't see you chucking a ball anymore these days, or trying to get the slide going. Watch your freaking hips just give out.
Just
fuck
give
you,
out,
buddy. Fuck you.
Yeah, me, gravity, and prosthetic hips don't work.
Well, I just don't see the. Let me take a weight, a 13 to 15 pound weight on one side of my body, do this weird approach and slide and release the swing and release all on with your prosthetics. And
that's why you do what I do. I pick my 11, 12, 13 pound ball, and then I pick like a 5 or a 6 that I can literally cup in a hand and then just fling it down the bloody thing.
No. I use the 13 pounder for my first ball. Or sorry, the 15 pounder for my first ball, and then the 13 pounder is my cleanup ball. But
the 5 or 6 pounder is just my fun ball that I can throw like halfway down without hitting the
But then it's because my doctor also didn't want me playing with a 15 pounder all the time after I had all my tendonitis issues. He really would rather me even lighter than 13, and I said, no, that ain't gonna happen. I'm a man.
Heavy objects.
It's funny because I just had a doctor's appointment not too long ago for my annual checkup. And the guy's like, so has anything changed? And I was like, nope, things still hurt. I'm still good. He goes, "What are you doing to, because I'm right at that mark now where we got to start wondering if I need new hips because they're only good for so long."
Right.
And we're right there at that point. And he goes, "You've been taking it easy and stuff like that." And I was like, "Yeah, took up, been blacksmithing." And he goes, like, "What?"
That's right. I don't use my hips to blacksmith.
This is the shoulder, shoulder and arm. That's it.
Remy on cue as always.
How do
I feel bad. Like I'm destroying his body now because.
No, I'm fine.
Because he had like a trident.
I can beat some metal.
I thought it'd be
speaking of what,
titanium hips, and that would last quite a long time.
Yeah, no, they don't. It's not that the titanium goes bad. It's the connecting pieces that drill into your bone. They tend to wear down. But I've been fine. I can probably stretch out another 10 years before I got to worry about it.
As long as you don't get hit by any mopeds.
Yeah, I'm not. I probably saved my ass. It was just a Honda.
Ray
No, he's looking at his phone.
He's doing ultra-based raids.
They were asking if you were taking a nap.
Joining the road to 500 subs for Neil's comics and video games.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to enter Digger Jim's one. I want that young event.
Yeah. And you can also enter my good friend Rob on Rob's Fat Stacks for his road to 1,000. That just went live.
Yes, I've watched that as well. I haven't commented yet, but I've watched that already. There's a few books I'll look mine.
Just a handful of things to give away.
At the moment.
Right. Then there'll be 2 handfuls later.
Yeah.
It's the best kind of handful.
Oh, Remy, I'm making your 2 kids something for Christmas.
What?
Yeah, I'm making the next Evil Air project is December's Kids Month. So your 2 kids and somebody else.
Please tell me it's a full-blown gladiatorial set. 2 kids go in. Only 1 kid comes out.
I kid you not that
I'm gonna make your kids
like
Logan,
Logan asked about something. I couldn't even tell you what it was. It was something in a video game, and I was like, I don't even know what this is. And then Angel's like, okay, Joe could probably make that.
No, I'm serious. I want to see the kids with the gladiatorial stuff. Remy up on top of a throne, looking down upon them in the pit
with the trident.
Just don't boom. Yeah, you just stop it. You signal them to go, and then when they fight, and he's got the sword at his brother's neck, and you just go.
Yeah. I don't know
it came out like this. We always try to do something for December for some kids, and my daughter brought up. She was like, "Well, you made the trident for the one guy, and you got a comic book for his wife. Did you do anything for their kids? Like you keep buying like all the parents the toys." And I was like, "Oh shit! I didn't even think of that. Like I'm a horrible person." Oh crap!
I think you've just spoiled us too much, is what it is.
Yeah, we'll make the kids a couple of wooden swords, make them glow, make them look like gladiators.
Oh, here we go. Glow powder's coming back again.
You know it.
It never left.
Every project.
Until he's out.
It started out as Joe ordering a pallet in a drunken stupor, and now he's like, "This is it. It's my signature."
Here's a clip. When the per unit price is that good, you might be buying a lot. Are you going to attach a laser sight to it? That would be awesome. Get yourself a laser sight and attach it to your.
Trying to charge it up.
Yeah, it won't show with my lighting in here. Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be great though. A trident with a laser sight.
Don't give
Why?
Joe
No,
ideas.
why? Why not?
Everything's cool with glow powder and lasers.
That's right.
Holy Santa Claus shit.
Oh, was there supposed to be the other one?
Yeah, I'd say you're trying to...
Can you imagine if we had these when we were 12?
Even better. We got him when we're 40.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, good times.
Oh, damn.
There you go.
Oh,
And I need.
I'm probably gonna
I
have
need
to
another
pack this
field.
one up, fellas.
All right.
I'm struggling. I don't know if y'all want to keep it going or not. We got a couple people in the thing, but
I'm pretty tired. I spent a lot of time walking today. I don't know.
It's no fun getting old.
I've been doing housework.
Also, when you sit around the house all the time and you don't really go out much, and then all of a sudden you go spend the day walking all over the place, it suddenly feels a lot more rigorous.
Yeah.
Morgs, what time is it your neck of the woods?
It is almost 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Although I am glad I finished rebuilding the shelves in the garage, reinforcing them, the new shelving to support graded comics and stuff. So
Yeah, I saw Scott was doing a live stream doing that stuff again.
Oh, was he? Yeah, I don't live stream my building these things because I'm glad I didn't, because this last go round I was taking some shelving I had installed in the garage like 18 years ago. I installed it and it was fine, but it wasn't spaced for these types of things. And so I was going to readjust the shelves and reinforce them because I was now going to put heavier stuff on them. And I'm like, start to do it. And it's the very first set of shelves that I built in the garage versus the ones I've built since then. And I'm like, looking at them, why the hell did I build these this way? This is like the stupidest, like I built like a free floating support arm out in the garage on this thing. And it's like the crossbar like is on one side of one beam, but on the other side of the other one. What?
Sounds like you were just putting up some shelving. Did you add any glow powder or laser?
No, I didn't. Oddly enough,
Amateur.
Joe, oddly enough, I just don't have the quantity of glow powder to spare that you have.
I can overnight you some, man.
It's in high demand in California, Joe.
Yeah. Joe bought it all. That's what happened. Joe bought the whole damn thing.
Yeah, that'd be. I could glow powder stencil the names of the books that are in the boxes, or what those box numbers are. So that way, in the dark, I can find. Oh, I need the slab that's in box GB15. Oh, there's GB15 in the dark. I can see it.
I was gonna say, usually when you grab books, it's in the dark. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
like glow in the dark sunglasses. Well, do y'all want to? Should we do the YouTube thing? Anybody want to discuss anything coming up, Chris? You got anything? Okay.
I learned that trick earlier this afternoon.
No.
Rob, you got something big.
I'm
coming
always
up.
a self-promotional
Yeah,
whore. I have
there
no
you go.
problem to be a self-promotional whore. My 1,000 subscriber giveaway thing is up and running.
Just a
Push
small
for that.
thing, yeah.
So to help sub up people like Mad Spidey as well in order to be eligible. And then of course Monday mail call coming up. It's more slab unboxings next Thursday.
Saturday.
Oh, then Saturday we'll be back with the original only slabs with dope comics.
The
Dope comic
elitist.
returns. Yeah, the elitist only slabs. As dope
Swear, I
comics
didn't know
makes
it was
his
going to go
return.
that direction.
Yeah.
How it went from just a nice parody replacement to like a
Oh, it was-
hater.
it was like- I didn't know
People
we
just
were over
started
the
hating on
for
it.
that. Yes.
I only own 7 slabs, so I can't really get on the show.
It sounds like a personal problem. I mean, I got
Like Frank, you could team up
300
with someone
to come
else and
back
go
in
like what the
crazy
last show
part
we
is-
had.
There were 3 people that had been on Slab on before. So
That's true. The freaking host today
That's what
was
I mean,
on
it's
there.
like- I was on there. Mark was on there. Who else? Who else was
Tyler.
on there? That was-
Tyler's
Tyler,
been
yeah,
on there
Tyler.
twice.
Tyler was on there twice.
Yeah, but only once with real comics.
Even though he
Well,
showed a Pokemon comic.
Joe, aside from apparently my family's wish list.
I got Evil Lair Projects and Builds. Alan Rue, his Viking axe. We'll have that video out in the next couple of days. So definitely want to hit that notification bell. We tried a new technique in there. So we did some etching with electricity, and I didn't kill myself. So that was cool.
Nice. Nice. That's good. I'm glad. There you go. Got 6 left.
Hit us up next time, Trav.
Yeah, it should be probably Christmas special.
Yeah,
I think
right,
is what we're planning for. Yeah,
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Clear out your calendar.
Clear your schedule.
With 3 slabs.
Everybody, you've got 1 to 3 slabs. Lonely slabs will be on Christmas Eve. So join us.
Be sure to have a story this time, so that way we can stretch the content out a bit.
That's what. Hey, that was another thing. Roscoe got into the story, and I was kind of like, oh shoot, I got to fit everybody in here though. Like I wasn't trying to rush them, but I was worried the stories were going to take too long. And then again, it was like 30, 40 minutes. I was like, oh crap, this is all we got. Start giving stuff away.
It's not easy, is it, boys?
Nope.
It's not easy.
Nope.
Now, how do you feel about me asking people to read the right side of the slab?
Nope.
I won't miss my cue next time.
What year was that? Did that come out? Oh, yeah,
Did you guys look up any values while you're at it? The second half. You have to look up the values too.
Yeah.
Hey Rob,
Yes,
what's that 5.0 been going for with the FMB lately?
Yep.
I did say Wheel of Fish both times though.
Yes,
Nice,
they
thank
did. They did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. That's the great homage to Weird Al.
Yep.
But no, I genuinely laughed the whole time. I thought it was great.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So good.
So,
You should give yourself a copyright strike by let's stream it right now. Streaming your own content.
That's what we're gonna do next time. On Christmas Eve when we have one person show up, I'm just gonna be like, well, let's take a look at what we had last time. We'll just watch that and then eat up for 40 minutes, and then I'll be like, all right, let's see what 3 slabs you have and giveaway.
And end of show.
I still can't believe Justin won both.
I know. That was hilarious.
That happens. Saves on shipping.
That's what. Hey, I was like, yes, saves on shipping. I said it right there in front of everybody.
I don't know if I've ever seen someone like look at their prize and like, well, this is a Turtles book. Like, if you want it, you can. if you want it, you can enter.
Again,
like,
I was like, I need a prize.
Self-deprecation here. What is going on?
I was like, all right, here we go.
Great. Great.
It's like if you have 1 to 3 slabs, you might enjoy having another one. This is number 4 for you, or maybe you have none. This will be number 1. You'll enjoy this.
Or
8.0 from 92.
And the co-host can join too. No.
I still don't think he contacted me. I don't think he wants them at all. So. All right. Well, thank you, fellas, for joining me on the panel. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Thank you for hosting.
Absolutely. Remy's Place. I enjoy this.
Inviting us into your home and letting us sit at your bar and drink your booze.
I forgot the bar. I've got the moon behind me. I screwed the whole thing.
Well, you gave us all the moon.
Have a safe journey back to the planet.
There you go. All right. Let me pull this up so I can play us out.
It's closing time. Oh, wait.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Closing time. Time to roll to Chili's and chow down with my fucking boys.
Night, you cock slamming fools.